surprises here. Mirage and Nuke will probably be taken out of the equation, and that kind of leaves the door wide open for that Inferno pick. MOUZ NXT, I don't think they were going to pick anything else other than that. So interestingly enough, though, we see ITB, they're actually going to stick with their Anubis pick. Of course, they picked it against Looking for Org. It was a 13-9 scoreline, so not all that bad, but still, you know, your map pick that you did end up losing. And we're actually going to see an Ancient Decider, which was the second map that ITB played against Looking for Org. ITB, you know, they've played both of these maps already in the competition. Do you think that's going to give them a little bit of comfort looking into this best of three?
I mean, going into it, you could have the other side of the coin and look at the fact that MOUZ NXT have played both Inferno and Anubis as well, right? I mean, both teams have two maps that they've played so far in the tournament in this veto, which I feel like makes it a fair fight. And the Ancient actually being in there for MOUZ NXT makes me think that they're going to be a little bit happier with how the veto has turned up. Obviously, now the win rates for ITB have just not been great recently, right? They've lost 7 out of their last 8 best of 3s on HLTV, and in only in 6 of them, actually, they've been 0-2. So win rates are not great. I'll look at the percentages and go, okay, this map is good for them, this map is bad. But I feel like MOUZ NXT have what they want in that veto. ITB have what they want in that veto. Let's get into map number 1 and see who's going to be feeling better on the day. I feel like I've given you a politically correct answer for the first time in my life. I just ran away from it.
I think so. Jumping into Inferno, though, of course, Ted, this is now it. Elimination is on the line. You need to come up with a result out across this best of 3, or you are going to be out, and of course, you're going to miss out on the chance to qualify for the LAN finals, as well as, you know, missing out on a little grab of that hefty prize pool, of course, that is involved with all the CCT online events. MOUZ NXT starting off on this T side, and it's looking like it's going to shape up to be a little bit of an apartments pop, but ITB getting a little bit anxious here. The stack towards brackets, they're going to go in peak towards middle. That means there's going to be no flashes, so you're going to have to dry run and try and get out of the apartments, but it might just be the perfect distraction. PR already find a headshot. Bimus goosed up as well. He's going to be forced back a little bit, so ITB, they've been fended off this site. MOUZ NXT doing a really good job of getting control, and they want that whole lot more. PR wants to continue to rush into them. Hits a great shot as Nexus tries to defend from the front line over towards short, and it's down to Crucial and Bimas to try and get something going on this retake, but the crossfire right now just looks a little bit too strong. Crucial finds one, but he is going to be found out, and Bimas, low from that earlier exchange, surely has no say in the way this round goes, as he eventually falls over and succumbs to MOUZ NXT.
What a great start for MOUZ NXT, man. Great stuff from PR. That pistol round, I know you couldn't be here yesterday, obviously, for the Inferno game, but that pistol round was a pretty good example of what we saw yesterday on that entire T side from MOUZ NXT, and specifically from PR. He was just so good on his entries towards the A-bomb side. Actually, we did talk about it. He was 17-6 yesterday, right? 16 out of those kills were found towards the A-bomb side from him on the T side. He was impeccable when it came down to their A takes, and this pistol round is another really good example. Obviously, a nice double for Natu there, the Frenchman, taking on, playing against Body. I guess we have a bit of a French derby there if you want to go that way, but yeah, PR with a great pistol to open up space, and now it's just the eco, so they should be able to clean it up. I say they actually lose 2 people towards Banana.
Yeah, already successful in my eyes anyway. For ITB, they picked up 2 kills. They managed to upgrade onto an SMG, but of course that A-bomb site is completely open for business for the young guns of MOUZ. So they will be able to get a bomb down, but with a decent amount of utility. I mean, they've got a smoke on Rallen. They could maybe smoke off towards the pit if they want to try and advance on this retake, if they want to attempt it at all. But judging with how slow they're moving around the map, they're maybe just holding for a few exits, which, to be honest, isn't a bad idea either. I mean, if they can take some weapons away, that's going to be great. You know, the chances of you actually converting this kind of round, they are very slim as is. But I mean, if you can continue to do some more damage, if Bimas can maybe pick up a kill here with this SMG, it could be absolutely huge. Crazen needs to be careful, and he does pass that test, although it does cost him a lot of his health. However, Rallen is ready and waiting to take him down, so Expensive for MOUZ NXT, but at least they keep 2 rifles in play.
Yeah, this round in my book is a pretty big success for ITB, right? And you can see how they realized they had no shot at winning the round. They realized that they were probably not going to be allowed to hold on to any rifles at the end, but they were trying to play for the exits, which in that scenario was a really good call, right? You know that the money on the T side at the start of the half is going to be a little bit fragile, so you want to put a lot of pressure early on. Body's actually going to hold on to the MAC-10, potentially going for something a little bit more aggressive. He is headed towards the B-bomb site, so maybe send him down Banana with the MAC-10 and hope for the best. First buy round of the game for ITB as well. And force out utility as well. Body's the one leading the charge. Just some protocol U to exchange for now.
Body wanting to get up close and personal as well with that SMG. Rallen was looking for his chance to take down PR, but that's been taken away. Bimas will find that kill and open things up nicely for ITB. Rallen continues to look for a little bit more information as well, but look at this. Flash in on the other side of things. Body collects one, gathers that information for his team now as well, and keeps that man advantage intact. But as I say that, it's been taken away. Christian ready for the reaction of Rallen. And ITB, although it started well, now we're back into a fair fight. And depending on which bomb site MOUZ NXT want to go to, this could be a problem.
Yeah, it will be a problem. They've headed towards the B-bomb side, and looking at Misuta and Bimas, they have a smoke, they have 2 flashes, they have an 8. This is absolutely perfect for ITB. They've just left Crucial all alone, and they hope that he's going to be able to hold on and stay alive to play a retake if it's an A hit, but it's not. MOUZ NXT, at least they have an abundance of util, but that execute needs to be perfect to isolate those 2 players from each other.
Plenty of util in the belts of the CTs, as you said. The flash used preemptively, but Knight ready with a headshot. Coffin's player down, and surely that alerts MOUZ NXT that there might be another player just hiding on the bomb site. Sierra
tries to go and clear him out, but Bimas does well enough to find the first and the second, dropping the bomb. 10 seconds, there just isn't a lot of time for Christian to try and get this done, and he won't be able to get it done. Bimas with 4 kills on the first gun round for ITB, and he was the main man versus looking for Org. He was, you know, really where a lot of the rounds came from for ITB, and already we're seeing glimpses of him holding up that performance.
Yeah, I expect him to be the best player on ITB in the upcoming months, by the way. I feel like when a new game comes up, the youngest are obviously going to be a little bit quicker to adapt, right? They're going to be more motivated and whatnot, but you look at the team, Bimas is only 20 years of age. Same for Misuta, by the way. They're extremely young, and you know, this is some kind of an illusion that I feel like is completely justified because they got picked up in tier 1 teams at such a young age, and then they fall off in a way, quote unquote. But yeah, Bimas was so young when he got picked up by FaZe initially. Misuta was 17 when he got picked up by Vitality. So you think about it, they're actually still quite young in that sense, and they've been really good at adapting. Another guy that's been really good at adapting is PR, though. Another opening kill for him.
Nicely done to start things off. I mean, you weaken the defenses, you don't really take too much damage, despite maybe a little bit of chip damage from some utility. We're going to see ITB actually go for a little bit of a retake here towards top banana, and MOUZ NXT, they've given that up completely. That's probably the correct option. You don't really have the util to stay and fight. If you had a flash, you can maybe fall back and then flash after that Molotov does burn out to maybe get another kill to build off it, but instead you're going to move towards this A site. Still though, that lack of utility could be a problem. Flashes into the side here would be absolutely perfect, and instead you're just going to go for a little bit of a contact, and that's going to work out perfectly for Rallen. He's already stopped the first and the second bomb there now alone. Sierra in a must-win fight, but Rallen turns around at just the wrong moment. Bimas down in trouble. He's surrounded from both sides and just gets overwhelmed. Bomb can be put down, post plants can be gained from MOUZ NXT, and Misuta and Body, they have a big job on, but it just falls down to the stand-in to step up.
Yeah, that should be a save for Body. I mean, he's thinking about it still, but he has no kid. There's no money on the CT side. He actually gets one, and he's gonna give it a go. He's picked up a kid. Now this makes a lot more sense, and they're giving him the fights. Body gets one more. He's spotted Nexius. Now tapping away, but Nexius denies him. The young Belgium says no. MOUZ NXT pick up their third on the T side.
Really nice play there from MOUZ NXT. NXT, you know, they realized what they had to do. They realized, okay, we have to go for a contact here. We don't have a lot of utility. And it's so smart from Sierra there to wait for the contact of the short players, right? To cause a little bit of a distraction. Rallen had his back turned, and that really opened up the round.
Yeah, that's the thing. You decide to go for such a split towards the A-bomb side. A lot of teams in that scenario would just send 2 people, right? And you can see that Rallen, even if he's thinking that there is a possibility of a third guy being there, that little detail that you mentioned, the fact that Sarah just slows things down a bit, it makes Rallen wonder what if all three members on the side of MOUZ are coming in from short and app side. That means that he needs to support BMAS, right? And this is what leaves him so exposed.
It's the small little details sometimes that make things work. And
yeah, good protocols as well, not to go ahead of the retake utility beforehand. You mentioned that, but again, a difference maker.
the difference maker here is probably going to be that ITB just have a few pistols. The highlight really of this buy is going to be Rallen on that SMG, but right now MOUZ NXT are doing a very, very good job of avoiding him. They're heading to the other site, just dropping smokes, maybe baiting out some utility from the CTs, and that's exactly what it's done. Nothing left for ITB to stop MOUZ NXT should they wish to enter this B site after that smoke runs out, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to set up for.
Yeah. Massive move from Crucial, by the way. He realized he had to cross towards the back of the side, otherwise he's just going to get re-smoked and isolated. Still, it's going to be a really tough bomb site to hold, though.
Flashes do rain on over, and it is just a fake, but Chrism might be able to sell it on his lonesome as he finds that kill. PR now going to be taken down. Chrism does fall, and Crucial actually does find a second, and now MOUZ NXT, they're going to be forced into hitting this B bomb site. They know Crucial is here. He's the only man, the sole man on this B bomb site, but the rotations are going to be quick and fast. They need to get this bomb down. Crucial eventually will fall,
and now MOUZ NXT need to get set up, but the A players, they're already here, and they're going to try and run them down. Bimus is upgraded now onto a Galil as well, as Naitu holds the cross in towards the site. Flash high over, doesn't catch anybody as Naitu is letting Nexius play. Rallen goes to peek him to take him out. Naitu needs to win this fight, and does. Scary times for MOUZ NXT, but in the end, they get it done.
Yeah, they've been so clutch for the first couple rounds, right? You go back to the previous round that ended up just being a 1 versus 1. Yes, I know it was a 1v3 attempt from Body, but still Nexius had to pull it off in a straight-up duo, and it's the same here for Naitu. Both times, it's a favorable fight for MOUZ NXT, right? You couldn't say that ITB are in the better position to win the round, and then MOUZ NXT just save it out of nowhere. They are favorable fights, but it is still a 1v1, right? The money on the T side is still significantly lower than what you would have assumed for it to be after them winning 4 rounds on it and dropping only 1. Massive reset potential here if ITB are able to pick up at least 1 round, but do they want to go through the smoke? Kristen's going to be really quick. Body's thinking about it, but he hasn't spotted anything. Kristen might be a bit of a surprise factor for later on into the round here.
He seems to know he was there, though. You know, he was waiting and waiting for the peak. And just because he necessarily doesn't see anything doesn't mean that, you know, he still doesn't think that there's a possibility that somebody might be there. There's a nice little apartment stack here. Bimus and Rallen on top of each other's heads. Usually you see one left and one right, but it's a totem pole of doom as MOUZ NXT peek into that one. PR and Nexius, they are shut down completely, and surely MOUZ NXT's plans have been foiled.
Yeah, those are the sharpest elements of the team as well, and now they've just decided to back off. They've been denied Apartment's presence whatsoever, showing some presence towards brackets, I guess, in the form of that long smoke. Now they need to hope for some more success towards B. Good news is, Misuta's all alone, by the way, and the play is going to be quick enough. He needs to give that bomb side away. He's going to come back for 1. That's great. Now Misuta can just play the waiting game. He can let them have the bomb side. He can let them have the plant even. ITB could be in with a pretty decent retake here and might try to keep all 5 players alive. MOUZ NXT will start to pick up the fights. They need to find something, and Cyrus actually been able to find 1 kill, but look at the HP. They're just so low. 16 combined between the 2 of them, and both their positions have been exposed. Molotovs, nades go over towards the side, and both of them will fall down. The round goes in favor of ITB, and I feel like this is one that they can be extremely proud of.
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, that retake was near picture perfect. I mean, it's tough for MOUZ NXT to try and hold on to that with just 2 players. You know, you're in a 2v5 situation. You make a good go of it, but in both first fights that they took after planted the bomb, they were instantly dinked up. So, you know, you can't really hope for much more than that. But this was the play, really, to get the ball rolling. And then Masuda realizing, you know, if I can get one here, absolutely perfect. But even if he doesn't get that kill, you know, you're still in a pretty decent chance with retaking, with just the amount of utility and the sheer numbers that you have in terms of advantage over the MOUZ NXT guys.
Back to the drawing board, I guess. They've already been able to post a bigger threat, I guess, on the CT side than what happened yesterday against Anonymous for MOUZ NXT. The T side was just working out every single time. And the amount of clutches makes you think, right? It makes you wonder how clean that T side has been so far. Well, I guess if it has been really that clean. A couple of those clutches go in favor of ITB, and it's an entirely different map we're looking at. ITB haven't looked bad on that CT side. That's what I'm trying to say. They've been solid, I feel like. It's been a competitive game. Now, obviously, this is just an eco, even though PR has been able to find an M4 for himself. Try and find some kills. Could be of key significance. A2's in a really tough spot right now. I feel like everyone knows that he could be towards Mexi, and he's just looking for an opening. Timing. Nearly catches Roland off guard. Of course, there's only a Glock on the other side, so he should be fine. Even if you get caught looking the wrong way.
Oh. Ferrari peaked with the Glock, and Roland does go down. And I mean, the damage is good enough for MOUZ NXT.
The damage
once
is
again.
great, I'd say. Yeah.
I mean, you know, you're pretty happy with that.
I'm trying to think how many clean rounds we've had so far. Not a lot.
None of them. There's been always at least a little bit of fight on the losing side. Yeah, I think, you know, if you're just investing Glocks and you're coming away with 3 kills here, especially after the bomb was dropped after the first exchange, and ITB had complete control of it, to still manage to, you know, pull 3 kills out of that with just the pistols, I think you're going to be very, very happy indeed. So ITB, they are only 1 round away from leveling this game up, but there also is the other side of that coin, and that is, should they lose this one, their money will be in quite a sticky situation. Masuda, though, great start, holding towards Banana, and on the first real attempt to kind of get involved in taking some map control towards that part, Nexius does fall. So ITB in a better position right now, but MOUZ NXT, it looks like they're just going to creep up and should just execute off this.
Yeah, but the setup is great for ITB right now, right? Misuta's just standing on a flash. He's letting the ult take first point of contact, and then as soon as Crucial fires a shot, the flash is going to come in. Crucial has a smoke, has a molly. They can slow him down. And I'm not sure if MOUZ NXT really do have the util to bait out too much from the CTs. They might have to just go off with it initially. 4 smokes at least, but the smoke is not going to force the ult out of the angle. First one is Crucial's.
Yeah, Crucial Molotov there as well. They were going to try and run him down in towards CT, but he drops that molly, means they can go no further, and they're stuck almost. They have to try and take a risk. Naito is going to try and get this bomb down, and he will be able to. That spray is completely wide of the mark, so no damage even done. However, there's just so many bodies here for ITB, but that job gets a whole lot easier. The spam through the smoke is perfect from Christian, and now MOUZ NXT can decide whether they want to get aggressive or not. Rallen has seen 2 and dealt with 1 already. Masuda is just going to stick this bomb. It's not really planted for the T's. This is going to make things very, very awkward, but still, Masuda does go down. Christian lining it up once again as he does find 1 more, but it's not the diffuser. This round will go in ITB's favor, and we do have a level game after all.
This is so massive from Misuta, by the way. I know that he only gets 1 kill, but the fact that he stays alive towards the side and doesn't let the T's get that control, and the Molotov from Crucial as well. The plan was to let Misuta reside on the bomb side and take CT control in Ruins and maybe clear out Misuta later on, right? But then Crucial stopped them with the Molotov. MOUZ were just forced to get the bomb plan, and then when you think about it, how many options did they have for the post plant? Well, almost none. They could have just held on to Banana. That's it. Every single one of them just trapped towards that part of the map, and you're not going to see that situation that often, right? You're not going to see a T-side team plant on B and have nothing to work with. They didn't have the side, no CT control, no Ruins control, just Banana, and that was about it.
Yeah, it just becomes so difficult to hold down. Literally, all you need if you're a CT is a smoke, and then, yeah, okay, you can spam through it if you know where the bomb is being planted, but you're still gambling
Yeah.
on, you get the kill on the diffuser. You don't actually know. You could have killed the player that's,
And you
body
better
blocking,
believe
so
there's
to
going to be
speak.
some spam back as well.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Once with that AK with the tracers through it, it's going to be seen, and you're getting something back for sure.
Yeah.
Now, this is a risky game plan here from ITB, leaving Body completely on his lonesome. Crucial is actually taking a wide peek in towards middle, and that's going to mean Masuda is going to rotate on over, but he needs to get here very quickly, and he's making a lot of steps. He mightn't get there in time because the execute is coming in, so it is just going to be Body for now, trying to be set up by his teammate with the flashes as now Nexius wraps in from behind, but it's PR to get that kill, and it's a perfect play call this time around from MOUZ NXT as they find 3 kills and nothing in response from ITB, and still absolutely nothing. Crucial has to hope that he can hang on to this AWP, but that is picture perfect, exactly how they would have wanted it to work, straight out of the Prac server.
Yeah, monster entries from Nexius. They called out the exactly same round like last round, by the way. It was the same ideas, same calls, same nades. Everything was the same. The only difference was in the setup of the CTs. The fact that Body was alone, the fact that Misuta was trying to get closer because Body spots the nades, he's calling for help, and Misuta's not even thinking about the possibility of a CT push, right? He's just focused entirely on trying to get there ASAP to help his teammate out, and then they push him CT, they kill off the rotation, and when you see Misuta running like that, it's kind of like a giveaway that Body's going to be all alone towards the side, and he's trying to pick up the fight in Ruins. You can't really fault him for losing that one. He was in 1 versus 5 pretty much. Actually didn't know there was a CS screen back there. I just realized it.
Back where?
Did you see that on the screen?
No, I was looking at my other monitor.
Okay, you know how on the old Inferno, I say the old Inferno, and there was a monitor that shows CS 1.6.
Yeah.
We just saw one, but it was a modern day monitor, and it was in ruins behind the wall.
I haven't noticed that yet. I haven't seen that. I must
Yeah,
keep
me
an eye out.
neither. Me neither.
Must keep an eye out.
And I've actually spent a fair amount of time just looking around the map, just enjoying stuff. See, that's why the position is called Banana. They've made it easy.
Technical pause here, so we will have a slight delay. It's believed that Crucial is experiencing some net issues, so hopefully that will be sorted as soon as possible. We would hate to delay what is already shaping up to be a great game, to be honest. I mean, it's back and forth. There has been a good bit of fight in both of these teams. I can't really call a winner off the top of my head as of right now from what we've seen, but I will tell you one thing. I think MOUZ NXT are going to be happier of the two. Just the way their T side is going, it is their map pick. Although ITB have been quite competitive, MOUZ NXT, they've had some good game plans. Their calls have been quite good, and even when things don't go their way, it seems like they've got a good plan B almost to kind of fall back on, and just because they're stumped in the early instances of a round doesn't mean they're going to be out of it.
Yeah, I feel like the big difference so far has been the clutches going in favor of MOUZ NXT, right? When you start counting the close rounds, there's been a lot of clutches that they've won so far. Even though the call has been the right one, it still goes down to the clutch, and they're able to go off on top, I guess. Had ITB been able to actually steal them away, this could have been an entirely different score. But I feel like both teams are going to be relatively happy with how things have been going. As you pointed out, the T side for MOUZ NXT has been really great in terms of protocols, in terms of calls, in terms of individual performance as well, if you will. And then on the other side, ITB were able to recover quite nicely and just keep it a closer affair, especially after yesterday's really good T side for MOUZ. By the way, I have a really fun fact for you.
What's that?
Because, we were talking about PR and how good he is. He's only 16 of age. He was playing on Kryptova. He's probably the next biggest thing coming out of the Czech region, right? He's not the first professional CS player holding that nickname. Not the first professional Czech CS player playing under the PR nickname. That's my fun fact. There was a person called Peter Novak who was a professional Source player between 2006 and 2011, and his nickname was PR, but it wasn't both capital letters. It was I think only the R was capital for the other PR. He was playing Source, and he was a damn good player, by the way. He was playing on eSuba, he was playing on Reason Gaming. I looked at it. He'd actually won a fair amount of A-tier events. I mean, he was a really good player. Apparently, the Czech scene was really good at Source, because I was looking at some of the events that this guy won, and some of the teams that he was playing, and some of the tournaments. They were playing a lot of A-tier tournaments, a lot of DreamHack tournaments, a lot of some high-end games. So maybe there is some kind of a connection there. The fact that they're both Czech, they're both called PR. I looked at it. PR is not his son. That was the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah, that was like one of my
no.
questions.
Their surname is different. Yeah.
Yeah. Are they any relation though?
I don't think so. No. Well, their surname is different. There might be some relation, but
you never know. They could be cousins.
They could be. Yeah, they could be cousins. They could be friends. They could be. I don't know. The other PR, the OG PR, might be the one that taught this one how to play CS. You can never know.
That is interesting.
Or it might have just been, you have your capital R in the nickname and you're that good, so I'm going to go for the capital PR and I'm going to be even better. But modern day and age, what I'm trying to say, if he becomes as good as the old PR was, considering, again, the day and age, that means that this PR would be winning maybe 2 or 3 big events per year, I'd say, if he gets to the same level.
That's crazy. I'm just looking at like the year that he was born, and I'm just like that. Do you ever like see something like that and it makes you feel really old? Like born 2007. Like what?
Yeah, that's the thing. When he was born, the other PR, we're gonna call him the OG PR. The OG PR was already playing professional CS Source for 1 year when this PR was born.
It's crazy. It's crazy, like seeing young players and just then seeing what year they're born. And you're just like, okay.
Yeah. But there's
maybe,
a piece of Czech CS
more
history. If you didn't know.
Yeah, that's always good to hear. That's always good to hear.
Yeah.
Well, what's even better to hear, Ted, is that we're going to be back underway. We're back in the server. Crucial is here. He is ready to play, hopefully, and hopefully those tech issues or net issues or whatever it was do not persist. As we look at the buy that ITB are going to be able to put into this, and they've invested absolutely everything here. Rallen doesn't have a weapon. He is just on a USP, which is quite insane. The last time I seen that, I believe...
Okay, there is an M4.
There is an M4, okay. Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense.
They,
I was going to
say
say...
over to him, I think.
The last time I seen Rallen with only a USP was back at the RMR. I remember one of the rounds specifically, he went to, it was actually on Inferno as well. He went towards the apartments only to realize, oh, I haven't actually bought a gun here. And they ended up winning the round. So,
well, the last time I've seen Rallen on only a USP was in this pistol round.
Now, we won't get to see him use it, I would say. A little bit of a slower one from MOUZ NXT here.
Yeah. It's quite intelligent for MOUZ NXT to approach it like that. You know that the money is not great on ITB, so you're just trying to kind of run them down on the util on time, just bait out some reactions. But so far, ITB have been doing a really good job at holding on to their smokes, to be fair.
Util going to be dumped now, as MOUZ NXT are going to try and make their way into the weaker of the 2 bomb sites. But Rallen is here with this M4, and should they run into him, they might have a problem or 2. Crucial cowering under the balcony as of right now. Nexus is going to try and jump down. It's actually PR to drop the rifle before it can do any damage, and Crucial's 5-7 only comes away with 1. So ITB have seen enough in this round. And this is going to be MOUZ NXT for sure, but Sierra, he wants to get a little bit more than just a round win. If he knows if he can take a weapon or 2 away, that would be absolutely massive. And he does have a little bit of money to do so. Then again, you do not want to overly risk too much. Yeah. If you give away a rifle to them, then it's the other side of the coin.
Yeah, that's the moment of realization, right? You realize it's become that they've taken down one M4 towards the A bomb side that was in the hands of Rollins. So you're just going through you're going to the simple deduction that they probably didn't have a lot of money to bring in 2 or 3 rifles into this round, right? So you'd vary your chances to just hold on to what you have, let them save whatever they have, and if there is one M4, fine. If there isn't, great. You haven't given them the chance to even think about getting an AK. That would make their buy significantly better going into the next round. And MOUZ NXT with a golden ticket to actually win that first half here. Great work by PR. Again, I really like the duo between PR and Nexus. I feel like Nexus is just doing a great job at opening up space for PR, and then PR is capitalizing on it so nicely in case Nexus is not able to pick up the opening kills himself. The synergy between those two looks really good. And of course, when you back it up with some really well synced utility, it helps out massively.
Although this is a weak buy on the side of ITB, it's still quite dangerous. Especially with the flashes being primed and ready for bodies should MOUZ NXT decide to make an entrance on this bomb site.
Yeah. It's working out like they wanted to. Both MP9s here.
Yeah, this could be perfect right now. I mean, these SMGs could absolutely chew them up and spit them out. Masuda is going to be spotted now. Shirley needs to call for the flash. Here it comes, blinds them completely in the swing through, but they only claim 1 kill as of right now, and eventually they both run out of bullets. They're taken down, and it's down to just the pistols now from ITB. Chris with a great headshot onto body. Low HP, remember, so he could have gone down for nothing, but still, MOUZ NXT, they're so hesitant to walk into this bomb site. They're going to wait, they're going to put up some more utility. They've got another smoke for CT. They get that one down just to make sure that they're not going to be spammed on through, and they've an extra little bit of a safety net as well in terms of a lurk from PR, who is going to be there in just a moment. As Crucial realize it, he hears him, but the spray is going to be good enough to deal with him. Rallen left. This should be MOUZ NXT's for sure. Indeed it is. Confirmed by that lurk. 7-4 right now. Already a great one for MOUZ NXT, but it could get a whole lot better with the last round of the half coming up.
Those are some high IQ protocols from MOUZ NXT, by the way. Things that we're seeing on higher level of competition as well. And by higher level, I mean, you know, non-academy teams, like even tier 1.5, tier 1. The fact that when you realize it's a low buy on the other side, you just go for the initial take, and then you don't close out the distance. You just wait and see what the reaction from the CTs is going to be, because most of the time there will be somewhat of a reaction. If there is players towards that part of the map, they can't just stay towards the back of the bomb site and hope to hold on. And if there isn't, you still have enough money to re-aggress once again. Just re-smoke CT, re-smoke ruins, and go onto the bomb site itself. So some nice CSIQ being shown in from the youngsters, and some nice aiming as well. PR and Nexus with the first 2 kills, but this time there's someone that's ready to fire back.
Oh, Christian goes back. He knows that Rollin's there. He's trying to deal with him and actually lands the tag on him, but he's not going to be able to find the kill just yet. Oh, the smoke is making it very difficult for him, and he is just going to wait for the backup to come in from Sierra, who has spotted out Rollin and is going to take care of him accordingly. Bomb needs to try and make its way across into the apartments, which it has done. Masuda has been spotted, so all the danger now known to MOUZ NXT. But the problem is, it's the HP of all the players. I mean, Sierra is down completely low, Naitu as well. Christian is the only high HP player who has opted actually to swap over to an M4. And Masuda does not have a kit. He's smoked out. This gets very difficult indeed for him to get going. Spots out the high HP player though, unable to do anything about it. And as time ticks on, this just becomes infinitely more difficult for Masuda to get to grips with. He is going to give it a go, of course. No point saving. May just run into a site even if you only find a single kill, which he doesn't. Christian makes sure of it and secures an 8-4 lead, moving on to the CT side.
MOUZ NXT have just joined the server and said, hey, we don't want to get eliminated first thing first, right? We're not losing 2 games on the back of it, and we're not going out without a fight. MOUZ NXT have shown some great Inferno play yesterday against Anonymous. Of course, it was an 11-1, so you can't really talk about it and use another word than great, but this has been really solid as well. And there was a moment of recovery for ITB. There was a part, I'd say, between rounds 4 and 8, when ITB started getting something on the board. They started looking a lot more competitive. The MOUZ NXT, they were able to put them to sleep once again. 8-4 after the T side. I think they can be happy with this one. If you win the pistol here in the conversions, you're pretty much all the way there. One map ahead, and let's not forget, this elimination game is not only for MOUZ NXT, it counts for ITB as well, so they gotta get a move on.
Yeah, they really do. Pistol is a great place to start. Of course, they haven't actually picked up a round since that technical pause where Crucial was experiencing some net issues. So still struggling here, but not entirely due to that. More so due to the fact that I believe they only had like 2 gun rounds, if I'm not mistaken. Their economy was absolutely shot to bits, as we do see an apartments pop this time around on the T-pistol. They will spill on out and they will collect 3 kills with ease. Christian now left completely alone, who actually manages to catch Crucial looking the wrong way. And Christian now might have just given himself a chance back into this one. A 1v4 set up, made easier into a 1v3. But no kit in play. So that is going to make things a whole lot more difficult. And he's known now to the T. His body going to be able to tap away a few warning shots before he puts the final bullet in between the eyes. And ITB make sure that they start their T side the best way possible.
Yeah, that was big from Body. Really nice pistol round from him. It's nice to see him still being able to pack a punch. Of course, some good shots from Crucial to start it off as well. It was a team effort. DMAS with a great double as well towards the middle part of the round. Body, another one of those players that people look at and they just assume that they're a lot older than they actually are, by the way. The fact that Body is still 26 just makes you think how young he was when he joined G2. And, well, I can tell you he was quite young. He was 19 when he joined G2. And a lot of people actually tend to forget that. He's one of the players that feels like has been able to find the right formula to reincarnate his career, I guess. Just revive it. And, you know, I really liked what I've seen recently. I feel like it wasn't necessarily his fault for the Falcons project not working out. Just caught in the way, maybe.
I'm just going to get somebody to clip that just in case you ever call me old again, because I have you on broadcast now saying that 26 is still quite young, so I'll take that.
Of course he is, yeah. Of course he is young.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. You know, I had to brighten up my mornings, Ted. PR, going to try and brighten up this round here for MOUZ NXT if he can come away with a few more kills and maybe get a bit more money, but Crucial says no. So only one casualty being Rallen in that round for ITB. They're going to be a lot more happy about that one. Making sure that they keep, of course, all those rifles in play. They can now pump utility behind it, and they're going to need to, because MOUZ NXT have a buy in response as well. Yet to see an AWP in this second half. Plenty of util for the CTs. They should be able to slow a lot of things down here, and look at that, a monster HE and spam on top of it, and Crucial already out.
Yeah, that's a great start to the round. Good util. First buy round as well on the CT side for MOUZ. Dara's gonna get boosted on half wall, but Body shuts him down. That's a great response from the Frenchman. We were talking about how sharp he's been looking recently. Shows it in the server in this round. Still a lot of damage done to some of the ITB members. So even though under normal circumstances you'd say that the T's are favored in the 4v4, I'd say that it's pretty evened up. Roland and Body both around the 50 HP mark. MOUZ NXT, they're spread up. 2 towards the A-bomb side, 2B. But this bracket setup might just work out.
Then anti-flash though, the flash does come on through, and Knight, who has complete line of sight, he manages to stop 2 in their tracks, but absolutely no more. His teammate falls without getting a single one, and now the responsibility does fall onto the shoulders of the B players. PR and Christian now rotating into an already fallen bomb site. A little bit of a gap in that smoke there towards Moto, which is going to make Body feel a little bit uncomfortable. Bimus has now already spotted players up close. No window there, so you can't bounce a flash over it, but it won't matter. Christian only able to claim the site player, and Bimus just about does enough. That's a little bit unfortunate there. That was a little bit of not knowing the map. Bimus maybe falling onto, you know, some old tricks that he used to pull off from that position.
Yeah, I mean, they nearly caught a really good timing on the retake as well, right? Because they saw Beamus just throwing in nades from pit, and they were like, you know what, forget about this guy. He's too busy throwing in nades. We can just push the side, kill body, and then turn around and fight Beamus. But Beamus was able to, I guess, recover in time and save his teammate's life. And now you're starting to wonder if your MOUZ NXT was 8 enough on that CT or on that T side. Because ITB, they started this one perfectly. Pissed around was theirs, conversion as well. Now you've gotten the first buy round. And that was after losing the opening fight as well, let me remind you, to a really good set piece. We're going to take a look at the 1x bet odds as well, favoring ITB to take this one home. Of course, on paper, they should be the favorites. And so far, they've looked really, really good. Especially if they continue. Especially if they get a clear, or a rather clean conversion here against the Pistols. To start building up the money. Could be a difference maker for the later rounds.
These Deagles doing a very good job of just softening up ITB. Makes it a whole lot easier whether you're on a USP or a Deagle just to, you know, body shot a few players down. And there definitely is chances for MOUZ NXT in this round. If you catch 1 or 2 players by surprise, it could be absolutely huge. Naito now is going to be mollied out of position. Does burn a little bit, but nobody's going to hear it. Tries to dodge that flash, but catches it between the eyes. As Naito eventually will fall, Christian will follow suit. And they will take that A site, although there were some nasty corners that they had to clear out to do so. The bomb does go down safely. PR has kind of slipped the net a little bit here. I don't think he's going to be able to do too much damage. Rallen already being sent out on the hunt. And this could be perfect as PR decides to fall away. Could be massive. Everybody's leaving the site here.
He wishes he had a kid right now, by the way. He just wishes he had a kid. If he had a kid, he's got a 1v1 with Beamus on the side. He doesn't know it, obviously, but 1v1 with Beamus on the side and then maybe a defuse, but hey, we're just daydreaming. Rallen, my clears are out. Oh, that's a big fight. No AKs for you, brother. That's a really good round for ITB, considering they don't even let MOUZ NXT hold on to a single rifle. And now this is looking really, really impressive as well for ITB. Another buy round coming up for MOUZ NXT. Mentally, that one will have a lot of value. This is the difference between you just being a little bit slower on the start on the CT side and you actually getting outplayed. You actually giving away the momentum to Into the Breach right now on your map pick.
AWP though in the hands of Chrisen for the very first time on this CT side. Maybe he could be the difference maker. Crucial once again being punished for being in the line of fire towards middle, but won't kill him this time. Luckily
punished
for
for
him.
Existing this time around, I'd say. I mean, he just got dinked on an M4 spam. It wasn't even the silenced M4, by the way. It's the 30 bullet one.
It's very unfortunate when you're on the receiving end of that.
Yeah,
you know,
at
like,
least he's got the op.
Yeah, true. Very true. TB are going to try and make their way in towards B. Oh, Chrisen was a little bit slow there. His
Round
body
over.
peeked into him. Yeah, as good as over.
Gotta
Don't know it yet.
That has to be a save for sure. Unless next to drops someone through the smoke. It's unconfirmed damage as well. That has to be a save call.
That's so disappointing in one of these rounds if you're MOUZ NXT, right? I mean, they take a risk. They know that they've taken a risk. But Chrisen not coming away with a single kill. You know, he doesn't even do any damage to any of the players. He misses the shot completely and then goes down. If you're MOUZ NXT, you know, you have dinked up 2 players, but you have no idea. Like, you don't even know you've dinked up Crucial either. So, in terms of what they're thinking is, our opera died. That's it. That's how our round went. And now ITB have the lead. And now ITB have a little bit of a money cushion on top of, you know, the 5 saved rifles that they have. I'm not even too sure that they've seen that they have an AWP. They can obviously make assumptions and make guesses that Crucial does have enough to bring out an op.
Yeah, no official confirmation. He hasn't fired a shot. He hasn't needed to fire a shot, to be fair to him. He hasn't seen anybody. He just got dinked up at the start of the round through the smoke, but that was about it. And after saying how, I guess, mentally important it was psychologically for both teams to win this round, the way that ITB just get it only on the back of Body winning that fight on Banana against Prison, who had the AVP, I mean, it feels really good for ITB because they just get one kill and that's it. And then it feels, as you said, a bit tough for MOUZ NXT, but I guess at least you realize that it's even, you could look at it from the perspective of just being an unfortunate turn of events, right? Because you lose one fight, you lose the round, at least you get to rebuy again. You have enough money to get Prison on an M4. Yeah, you're not going to have the AWP going into this one, but you still pretty much get to replay the full buy. At least you're not reset.
Yeah, at least you're not reset. You know, it could be a whole lot worse. There is always a silver lining. Oh, but that's a lot of util damage there. And Sierra even staying and fighting there, that is crazy. Yeah, PR took a lot of damage as well. Didn't even notice that at first. That is not how you want this round to start already. Big problems for MOUZ NXT, but still with plenty of chances. Sierra gets burned down even more. If he died because of that Molotov there, that would have been huge for ITB's confidence.
Yeah, it's still big damage. It's unconfirmed. They don't know how successful those nades were, but both PR and Syra are so low on HP, and you can see they can't rotate the third person back towards A, and Syra's just going to jiggle into the waiting arms of Crucio. He spotted a second player. This is great work by Crucio, and now they've seen the side one as well. They know exactly what's going on. Body leading the charge. If he wins the fight onto the first one, actually, they have no idea Chris is towards the back of the site. Now they'll find out, but he's good only for one. The refrac on PR was actually from a nade as well. No one actually had to connect any bullets on him. That's 10 double digits for ITB. MOUZ NXT yet to register around on the CT side, and now the problems are starting to come up one after the other.
Yeah, you could see the idea there that Prison wanted to try and play the trigger discipline. He wanted
It's the right play.
It's the right play. Your teammate is so low that, you know, he's probably not going to get a chance to play out the round. You just kind of need to hope that he gets away to safety, but he was going to go down regardless there. It was their best chance, but unfortunately the execution of it just didn't work out the way that they wanted. And, you know, the execution of this CT side, we could have absolutely say the exact same, because they're yet to pick up a single round. ITB have now won 6 in a row and now are only 3 away from stealing away a map that was so comfortable versus Anonymous yesterday. There's very, very worrying signs here from MOUZ NXT.
Let me rephrase that, by the way. Still away a map on which MOUZ NXT were really comfortable on the T side yesterday, because let's not forget, they got an 11-1 T side. So they didn't really get to prove themselves on the CT side, but they didn't have to do a lot. They had to win the pistol and then the anti-force buy, which is, you know, okay, you've done it, but it's not buy rounds. Buy rounds are completely different. And now ITB are showing us that apparently the CT side is not as perfect, or at least the T side from ITB has been really good so far as well. I mean, you even look at the kill distribution. MOUZ is the only one kind of being left out of the group, but Raul and Body on 15 each. BMAS on 14, Crucial on 12, and Body's entries towards B have been great so far.
Yeah, it is always nice when you've got a stand-in that comes in and plays quite well, because usually, you know, the responsibility does fall onto other players. Usually, if we were talking about Go, I would say the Opper, it kind of falls on the Opper's shoulders, but now I think it just kind of highlights the riflers that much more, because we know how difficult a lot of Oppers are finding it to adapt really to the new game. And it's just nice to see that not only Body coming in with a performance like this, Rallen as well is very close, and Bimas is holding up a similar performance to what we've seen yesterday against Looking for PR. Now trying to get up in the faces of the T's as they creep up Banana. There is a decent bit of damage done, but in the end he does fall. 30 seconds for MOUZ NXT to try and stop ITB from just barreling through this B bomb site, and that's exactly what they'll do.
How are they all alive?
Yeah, a little bit of more damage done, but not a lot, not a single kill, unconfirmed damage as you love to put it. And MOUZ NXT are just going to be locked out of this bomb site by Util, but surely you have to go for this. But in retaliation, Body finds a headshot.
I don't believe it. And now they have to call it off. MOUZ NXT don't realize it. They're going to realize it as soon as they play the demo after the end of the game. But this is such an unlucky round. They've done so much damage. Rollin actually gets caught trying to push through the smoke to hunt them down. Look at BMAS. His position to cut off the rotations. Don't look at BMAS. We've never seen BMAS play this round. We're just going to let him go away with it. He's been having a good game so far. We don't talk about it ever again. But MOUZ NXT, they're so unlucky with this round, man. They do so much damage. And they don't get any kills.
It's the way the Counter-Strike goes sometimes. Sometimes you'll do the majority of the damage, but the AKs will just headshot you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Masuda goes down to the bomb. It does not matter. The bank accounts of ITB are looking amazing right now. I'm very, very jealous. And MOUZ NXT are going to be very jealous that the CT side ITB were able to put up, because they've left themselves in a great situation. They only need 2 more.
There's the
rounds
monitor.
on top
Look at
of the
it.
T side. Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I didn't even notice that was there.
Yes.
That's a nice. I love those little Easter eggs. That makes.
Yeah. You know what? I actually feel a little bit bad about it, because I know that I know where the alcohol and the cigarettes are in Ruins, but I didn't know there was a monitor that was showing CS.
Priorities, Ted. Priority.
I guess. Yeah, I spent my time exploring the map, but a tactical timeout coming in for MOUZ NXT. Toba is gonna have his chance to help out the players. I feel like the B-bomb side just hasn't really been working out for them yet. I feel like now you need to make a decision. You either try and fight for it, which hasn't been working out, or you send 3 players again and you just hold on to a more passive, more typical setup, maybe a retake setup, maybe a C9 or whatever. Well, Krisen's found an opening kill. That should help, but it's been really quickly returned back. Maybe Nate2 doesn't really need that pick there, and he's lost his life. It's a 1-for-1, and now Krisen's all alone towards A, by the way, and they're gonna put some pressure, which should result into at least 1 rotation coming forward. Krisen flashed off the angle. He's still trying to confirm how many people are out middle. Can't really do that because of the Molotov. Oh my, that timing. That's
so
awful.
Unfortunate. Masuda able to find that kill. He's going to try and run the upper
No
down,
way.
and he will do so. The A-bomb site open for business once again, and MOUZ NXT is at a stage where, you know, you say, okay, we have to save, or do we actually need to go for this? And they're already turning around. They're already going the other way. MOUZ NXT, it's been such a desperate CT side where they haven't been fortunate whatsoever. I mean, you know,
nothing's working out.
Like, you'd expect them to get a little bit of luck. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe they get a spam kill through the smoke. Maybe they find something, you know, all that unconfirmed damage. If they even get one of those kills, maybe it's a different story. But take absolutely nothing away from ITB, man. They have been incredible since we swapped over sides. And this is a proper statement here, because going into this game, 100% MOUZ NXT we're saying, you know, we were very comfortable on this yesterday. You know, we played very, very well. You know, we dominated. Let's just hope that we can win our map pick, and then we can build off this best of 3. But
yeah,
now you look at it, you're 12-8 down. You have to play perfect Counter-Strike for 4 rounds to make sure you're still in contention to take your map pick, or else you're a map down, going over onto Anubis, and possibly staring elimination right in the face.
Yeah, mentally it's a lot different as well, right? Than completing let's say if you're down 4 rounds, but the T's are up to 11, it's an entirely different game, right? If it's a 7-11 score, because now you're just playing, even if you play the best CS ever, you're not gonna get rewarded with a map victory. You're gonna get rewarded with extra rounds, with just overtime. It just makes it that much more difficult. And ITB now, that they've, I guess, tried to counter the extra B presence with the A round last time, now they can go back to what worked. BMS is going to take a whole lot of damage early on from the Yuto towards Banana, but again, MOUZ NXT just have 2 people here. Chunkin and Yuto. Cyrus going to try and go for the fight, but he's too late. When the flash, Misuta picks up another double. He's just on a different level the last couple rounds. Even baits out the shot from the ope. Tries to go for the spam. Krisen finally puts him to sleep. But Misuta might have won them the round, I say that. Krisen gets another, and this one might not be over just yet, but the bomb can still run back A. This is a massive fake. Bomb is still going to cross. Body is looking to come in later on, I guess. The plan's gonna come in. This is a really old round. Body needs to be really quick, because MOUZ NXT are already in really good positions for the retake to commence.
Masuda tried to finish it with the kiss of death, but Krisen, with those 2 frags, has given this round the kiss of life. Smoke down. Big flank coming in here from Body, so time is of the essence. If Body is able to get anything done from this position, it could be absolutely huge. But Nexius, he's already past the smoke. Bimus does claim one more as Rallen does fall, but Bimus cleared out of the backside, and now the defuse being stuck. But where is Body coming from? Gets him off the bomb. Krisen now will not be able to spot him out, and that is it, sealed surely. The HE on top as ITB explode into a map up versus MOUZ NXT. They steal away their pick with an absolute statement of a T-side.
Yeah, absolutely. What a showing from Into the Breach. We were having all those questions before the start of this game, thinking that if there was a moment for MOUZ NXT to actually upset ITB, it would be under those circumstances. Body comes into the team. We don't know what's the situation with Kicker. ITB have lost, I think we said 7 out of their last 8 best of 3s, and in 6 of them, they weren't able to even pick a single map. So it feels like ITB are in the right state to get upset, but they didn't. It started really nicely for MOUZ, an 8-4 T side, but then a clinical 9-round T side. No rounds dropped from Into the Breach as they close it out. Great stuff from everyone. I guess Body glued in really nicely. We had some big rounds from Crucial. Misuta towards the end woke up massively, and everyone else was just solid. Into the Breach looking really good before that second map check.
Yeah, 100%, man. To be honest, I think MOUZ NXT, they just went a little bit stale there. And, you know, it's tough. It's tough sometimes because when ITB come to play, you know, on paper, they're probably the better team. If you're just looking at it, you know, just straight head on, you'd probably give the advantage to ITB here. But MOUZ NXT, they were in such a good position. They just needed their CT side to go their way. I sympathize with them because, you know, they could have been a little bit more fortunate in some circumstances, but you made an excellent point in that first half. You know, if the clutches didn't go the way of MOUZ NXT, would it have been a completely different game? And the answer is correct. You know 100%. I think ITB were unfortunate not to actually win some of those clutches, so it could have been a completely different story. It could have been a cleaner victory for ITB, sure, but I know one thing: MOUZ NXT, they need to bounce back on Anubis, and they need to do it quickly. But we do have a short little break before we do go live with map 2. Make sure you do stick around. You do not want to miss our opening game of the lower bracket.
Very complicated job, but I love simple things so much. One move. One push. One touch. One love. One click. One XBet.
Are you sick of case?
Watch the matches with Bo3.gg, the official stats partner of CCT. Check out AI-powered predictions in live matches. Get access to live scoreboards packed with in-depth weapons and grenade statistics. Check out round maps in the match results. Extend your game vision with Bo3.gg.
Yo, what are you doing?
Exhibit.
What do you think? I'm a paperclip? It's Mr. X to the Z. You need to quit browsing like a lame and get Opera GX. Because with GX mods, you can pimp your motherfucking browser. All you gotta do is click here, select the mod, and boom! New look, new sounds, new everything. It's not easy being a legend. Oh, shit. Not again. Change the mod now. Download Opera GX.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are nearly ready to jump into map 2 between ITB and MOUZ NXT, and it was looking like it was going to go one way. It was looking like it was going to be MOUZ NXT's day on their map pick until Into the Breach got onto their T side. 9 rounds in a row. They were absolutely unstoppable, quite literally, to be honest. MOUZ NXT, they just could not get a handle on what ITB were throwing at them, and they've been set up nicely for some success on their own map pick of Anubis. Ted, quick thoughts going into map 2.
I feel like that was supposed to be an exchange of map picks going into this one. I feel like that was the right way for MOUZ NXT. I'm getting pleasantly surprised, but in my eyes, Into the Breach have what it takes to close it out in 2, and we're gonna find out because we're ready to jump into Anubis right away.
You see, I wasn't lying to you when I said quick thoughts, because I knew you weren't going to get to say much, which is perfect.
Yeah.
Because usually you love to ramble. Production is on my side today.
Oh, they've sent everyone A. Guys, rush AI plan B.
The classic.
They've hit him with the good old Mirage classic.
I'll get the bomb down here, but the problem is they don't manage to stop anybody on the CT side. They don't do any damage, and MOUZ NXT do actually hold strong. So it's now ITB going to need to defend from the front line here. Bimus has already been dropped, and now Body and Crucial players have rotated in now from that A site earlier on are going to have to put up a defense here, but it's going to be so difficult. Smoke down, I believe, onto the bomb, and Naitu and Nexus just combined there to take care of both. So ITB trying to get a little bit tricky with the pistol, but in the end it blows up in their face, and MOUZ NXT take the lead.
I mean, as much as I like that because of the culture, the big problem with this is, yeah, you pretty much guarantee yourselves a bomb plant, especially when you do it on a pistol round. No one expects you to just send 4 people out there and plant B still, but if you don't get any kills on A, which happened, or if you lose players and don't get any kills, which again happened for ITB, then it becomes really tough. Then the planter needs to get the bomb down, needs to get into an aggressive position, and then it has to work out. But the fact that they don't get anything done towards A means that the rotation back from the CT is going to be really quick. I mean, at least it's guaranteed the force back, and you look at it, they have 5 Galeos, so technically, weaponry-wise, the buy of the T's is better than the CT's is because of the existence of the MP9, or at least it's pretty evened up. Only issue with this one is that ITB have only 1 smoke to work with.
Yeah, you do run a little bit light on util. rather than, you know, one person taking the hit and buying an SMG. It is just going to be a contact in here, and Naito is going to be ready for Masuto to walk right into him, and Christian takes away a little bit of a distraction. There goes the flash, and Body will not get out of there alive. Great defense put up towards A from MOUZ NXT, and ITB, they're going to have to get back to the drawing board, really, with the 3 players left alive, and Rallen is going to try and get something done here for his team, and he has done so. It's a great opening kill. Nexus has been baited out into the open, but still wins the fight and has Sierra there for backup. Down to just Bimus in round 2, and I think this could be a round 2 for MOUZ NXT, and indeed it will be.
Yeah, I was gonna say as well, it was really easy for them to bait him into a fight that he doesn't really need, because they still had the man advantage, but we didn't notice Syra going for the peek from Tempo side as well, so it was really nice. They double peeked them. The Ts weren't ready. It was a surprise on the surprise. Really impressed by the patience that Natu had, by the way. He didn't call for the flash up until he got the first kill onto Masuta, and just then he decided to go for the peek. They let them just walk out of A, right? They wanted them to get closer to make sure that they get the kills and they don't let him just get scared away and run.
ITB were hoping that their T side would transfer over onto Anubis, but that is not the way the Counter-Strike works, and so far yet to find a round, and I don't think this one will be any different, as it is just a few upgraded pistols, not even a piece of armor between the lot of them, bar Rowland.
We're Chrism, by the way. ITB have found 2 kills so far, and both of them have been on Chrism. No one else has fallen down for MOUZ NXT, just the IGL. Of course, it's always the IGL.
You do have to feel for him a little bit, but I'm sure he'll be able to get back into action and maybe pick up his first kill.
I think I've said that multiple times. I feel like if you're an IGL and your team is winning comfortably, you're the happiest man alive. Like, you're firm in it. Even though you could be 0-15 if you're winning. Well, now you can't be 0-15 and winning 15-0 because MR12. But if you're 0-12 and your team is 12-0 in the lead, you don't give a damn. You're still happy about it. So I think he's all right with it. As long as his team continues posting rounds on the board, and as long as they continue being fairly clean, because he is the only one going down, that's great.
Molly down towards connector as ITB's clock is running out of time, and that HE, one of them does a little bit of damage. The second one was a little bit wide of the mark, as now the pistols will swing out and try and cause a little bit of a problem, and they do manage to pick up a few kills, but Sierra with a lovely transfer of aim to get that double. 3 in the round for him, and 3 on the board for MOUZ NXT. ITB would have liked the bomb plant out of that, but I mean, 2 kills, beggars cannot be choosers, and we do get to see a full buy in this one regardless.
I feel like in this round you can even feel a little bit hard done that Tyro just decides to go God mode there towards the back of the side, because if he doesn't flick that final person, that's another kill for ITB and potentially a bomb plant. That would have been one of the best ecos. Look at that kill. That was so clean from Syra there. He goes down.
Bullets as well.
Yeah, exactly. It was just, you either land a quick 1-2 double headshot or you go down, and he did. Nice to see him react well under pressure. He's going to be hoping to transfer that performance when it comes down to the buy rounds as well, but now ITB have the big guns up. Prison at least has the comfort of knowing that they don't have the money for a big green on the other side, so he can still lock down positions fairly comfortably with his AVP.
Slow approach now from ITB once again, trying to gather the bits of map control, crucial. It's going to be fine. That Molotov does go a little bit too deep, so not going to be too much of a concern for him. However, that HE might throw him into a little bit of action, and he steps up into action, but Body drops him. Oh, it's so unfortunate. Body and Crucial both go down, and the man advantage does lie with MOUZ NXT. Awkward to look at, as now ITB will try and get in towards A. Rallen has actually found a little bit of a gap towards middle to work with, and this leaves Naito pretty much on an island, and he will be taken off that island. Down to just the 2 rotating in players. One from main, One from camera. As ITB, they get set up to try and deal with this. Sarah fires off a few shots, and Rowland, with his position compromised, just gives him the peak that he wants. Wins the fight, and leaves Kristen left to save. ITB finally get their first.
Even though it's a 3v2, it's actually still a little bit uncomfortable for the T's because they don't have any main control. They don't know what's going on towards Heaven or towards Camera. So Rollin kind of had to go for it. It's a really good recovery from ITB though. Great work. Rollin finding that kill, and then BMAS being really patient on holding on towards the back of the side, by the way. It's really easy to kind of be like, okay, you know what? Rollin's found the kill. I have 2 teammates around me. I'm just responsible for planting the bomb. It's really easy to just give it a good like 1 or 2 seconds of holding the angle and then going, yeah, it's clear. I'm just gonna plant away. He hasn't peeked in a long time, or my teammates are gonna refrag, or I'm gonna blame them if something doesn't go my way. But BMAS just holds the angle, gets the kill. They make it look easy, by the way, considering they were down 2 man at some point. Well, down 1 man when the hit itself came in. It's a good first round on the T side. You're gonna be hoping to ride that wave of momentum though, and get a couple more now.
Momentum could,
information.
Yeah, momentum could be key in this matchup. ITB gained a lot of momentum in that second half. Momentum that MOUZ NXT could not derail on map 1.
Yeah, that was good diligence from the CTs, by the way. Nexus didn't spot the player going on top of the boost. He was the one to get seen, but they still flashed regardless. Just wanted to make sure.
Better to be safe than sorry. Prison now. Oh, spotted out Rollin, and he's going to be rewarded with a kill. Doing his due diligence as well to make sure that that angle was going to be cleared out. Body trying to get a little bit of fortunate, spamming through smoke, but it doesn't happen. PR wants this fight, and he's going to walk as close to the Molotov as possible without burning. Body might not be expecting it, and it's actually Syrah, the man behind him, to get that kill. So ITB down to just 3 players once again. Masuda has walked all the way out. He spotted a player up towards the heavens. He can molly Knight you out. He's going to be forced into this gunfight. Surely takes his time, and eventually he will go down. Now Crucial can strike. This A bomb site compromised one more time. MOUZ NXT though, they are hot on ITB's heels as they make their way in towards main. Masuda deals with one, but not the second. Syrah mollied off, and now ITB can make an assumption of where the other player is coming from if they're not doubled up together. But surely there's not 3 players making their way from main. And Crucial, he's got his sights locked on heaven as of right now. Bimus hasn't seen anything. Kristen needs to react quickly. This needs to be a great quick scope to try and take him down, but it does not happen. ITB, they hold on, and they have their second.
It's such a diligent response from Into the Breach as well on the T side for the second round in a row. Is the middle presence that makes all the difference, and the fact that they see Body trying to get into connector so late into the round, it throws them off, right? Diop rotates back. They wanted to have a 3-man setup towards the B-bomb side that leaves a gap on the middle. Misuta catches the timing in the first kill. Crucial doubles up. And then in the post plant, what made the big difference was the fact that Kristen actually picked up the first kill towards mid a couple of seconds ago, and they knew that he'd be towards tempo, right? You can make a guess that he rotated back, so you're just gambling on the fact that the OP is going to come in from CT side. ITB now have reset the CT side economy, and if they deal with the eco, should be leveled up.
We should be leveled up, and we are. No problem.
We are leveled up.
PR, he's the only man to get a kill for MOUZ NXT. And ITB are going to be happy. They fought their way back into this one, and funny to notice, yeah, that one was an eco, but ITB, the rounds that they've won, it's because of that mid lurk. It's because of Rowland getting into a position to do something, and then I believe it was Crucial the next time able to find that kill and really just kind of pincer that A bomb site. And that pinch is proving too much for MOUZ NXT to handle.
Yeah. If you want to include Rowland in the second round as well, is Rowland dying early so that the OP rotates away, and that creates a window for a Crucial. I guess you can go that path as well, but yeah, middle's been working out, and now, because you've made them so occupied and worried about middle, you can just focus on one bomb site and execute on it.
Flash is not in just yet, and Body goes first. The human flashbang, but he only blinds Sarah for a moment, as Bimus will be able to take him down. PR now going to try and put up this defense on his own, and he hits 2 monstrous headshots. Crucial gets the refrag eventually, but he needs a whole lot more than just that. Misses a wayward up shot, but Crucial, he's able to find the double at least, keeping himself alive and in the game. But for how long is the question. The bomb dropped on the site. He has no idea where Nexius is as of right now. Excuse me, where Christian is as of right now. And with 50 seconds, he does have a lot of time to play with. But surely he has to try and get aggressive here if he wants any chance of winning this one. Smoke down creates a little bit more space for himself. But still, it's that element of not knowing where that second player is. He taps the bomb, allows MOUZ NXT to get a little bit closer. This time he's going to have to stick the plant. And now the CTs do know it. Missed shot from Prison. He knows where both players are coming from now. He can hear the bullets, he can hear the spam. He needs to just find the kills, but it's not going to happen. The USP of Prison in to save the day. A valiant effort from Crucial, but just not good enough.
What a triple from PR. I mean, it was a good attempt from Diop. It was the one before. It would have been a spectacular one, but look at that from PR. Gets the first one, and this is the big difference maker. How does he get the one behind? He wasn't even aiming at him. The bullet just goes through his head. It was double headshot as well. We have to see that. We have to see that again. Look at that. Look. This is crazy. This is absolutely mental.
So fortunate. So fortunate that he gets it.
This is the definition of the stars aligning.
He keeps him in the round with that though, because if he doesn't get that kill, he's probably refragged, and then that's curtains on that round. Look at this. Trying to go for a little bit of aggression, and it's PR once again with another multi-kill. 2 headshots in towards connector, out towards the water, and there's nothing that ITB can do about it. But I will say ITB are extremely dangerous in these 3v5 situations. We've seen them convert 1 already, and they might be up to convert this one as well. Look at Naitu. He is completely alone towards A. Nexius, if he decides to stay towards middle for quite a bit more time, there maybe is a chance, and you can see Naitu is even going to give it up, so there is a free bomb site to play around with for ITB.
Yeah, they've been opting for middle so many times so far that you just have to let go of A, right? They've just doubled up. They've sent 3 people towards the B bomb site. They've made the gamble. You retake A, you let ITB onto the bomb site, and you just hope that they're not going to realize it, but I feel like they are. And now the question is, how much space do ITB want to take before they make their presence known? Well, look towards camera is going to give it away. Bomb's going to go down, but Beamus and Misuta, they can aggress towards CT. That nade's not going to do any damage. The retake is on. Into the breach. Need to get into some upfront positions, though.
Yeah, they need to be in a position where they can at least take, you know, an aggressive fight, maybe to try and nullify this massive advantage that MOUZ NXT do have. And the flashes come through A main. That's going to cause a little bit of a distraction, maybe to turn it away from camera. Rollins spots out the first, making his way through. Bimus is going to be able to collect that kill. Misuda with a double from camera, looking for the hat trick, but he won't just get it. But it falls on to Sarah, who spots out the first, and now realizing there just is not enough time left for him to do anything at all. ITB in another 3v5 are able to convert, and we are level once again.
Oh, this is crazy. Into the breach of stolen away so many man disadvantage, 2-man disadvantage rounds is absolutely ludicrous. Again, great stuff from PR, by the way. He's not supposed to find both those kills, but then BMAS, Misuta, they just go absolutely crazy. Phenomenal spray down from Misuta. And what makes it even crazier, ITB were contained on the bomb site. The only thing that they had going on for them was the fact that no one from the CTs were coming or was coming out of CT spawn, but they didn't know that. There was one guy that was responsible for both camera and CT, and as soon as he spots them, Misuta just turns around, mows them down. They were able to hold on to the players coming out of main. MOUZ NXT should have won that, and they know it. And now they've even lost the only AVP that they had going into this round, or the only gun, I guess. Prison's gonna, or Nexus will pick it up. Prison's dead body, but it's another reset for MOUZ. This into the breach comeback has been, well, supported by the gods is the way that I'm going to describe this one. It's been blessed by them.
It's been blessed on both sides, to be fair. Nexius is going to lose that AWP, and Naitu will lose his life as well. Masuda. The devil himself on 666 at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, by blessed by the gods, let's clear it up. They played it perfectly. That situation was them playing it absolutely perfectly. It was actually MOUZ NXT getting a bit luckier with PR's triple towards B a couple rounds ago, but it's the fact that you're given a chance in so many of those rounds to make it work, right? Is the fact that the 3 buy rounds that they've won so far, every single time they've lost the opening fight, and they've still been able to convert it into winning the round. That's crazy.
It's a big problem for MOUZ NXT as well. You're down a map and you're not converting those 3v5 scenarios. That just can't happen. You need to be in a position where you're converting those comfortably. Sarah with a nice 1D. Took his time. Yeah, I thought he was actually going to go down there as well to Rowland, but once he fires off that bullet, collects that kill, bomb can be planted safely, and the T's can get super aggressive. But Sarah's Deagle right now, it's not missing, and he continues to upgrade his weapons. This time
he's 13-4, I just noticed.
He is playing quite well, and MOUZ NXT are going to need him to continue that form. Need a little bit from a few others as well. 3 players yet to get above 4 kills on their side. And they will fail to get above 4 rounds. It's going to be ITB to break that marker first. Sarah, okay. Taking 2 weapons away. Crucial doesn't give him the chance after the first bit.
Yeah, you're not giving him the AVP. Those are some really nice shots from Sarah. I mean, it doesn't do a lot for the game itself. I don't think ITB really mind that much, even though they're losing guns. They're still getting rounds on the board on the T side. MOUZ NXT would have had a buy going into the next one regardless. But it's just the fact that he's getting some confidence, man. Those are the things that can get you fired up in close games like that. Some nasty shots.
It can fire up your teammates as well. If you see, you know, your teammate hitting a shot like that, and then he says something like, "Come on, guys, you know, we can do this. Let's get back into it." And look at that, the confidence peak there. Prison getting aggressive towards A main. He shuts down Crucial and even tags up Masuda as well massively. That's a great start for MOUZ NXT. Exactly what they need to keep ITB within touching distance. Sarah, full of confidence, but still doesn't want to go for a few silly peaks.
Yeah, that's the thing. You could be feeling confident. You shouldn't be reckless, though, especially in a game like that. Especially when you're on the CT side, you need to be as calculated as possible. Even if you go for some more flamboyant plays every now and then because of the confidence that you have built up, still be smart about it. You have the man advantage, no reason to give them anything to work with as of now. And again, MOUZ NXT are running a similar setup with 3 towards B, 1 middle and 1 A, but this time is the AVP towards A, so that gives them an extra amount of security. And Natu's playing up close towards camera to be able to support in case he's needed. And it is looking like he's going to be needed. And he's actually started making the right calls here. He's going to move closer to his teammates. So 2-man setup, but they've given away PR's life in the meantime.
Yeah, flashbang was good, but didn't blind body enough. Missed shot here. Oh, Masuda, he goes down for his troubles. Rollin will make sure of it. Christian tries to get out of harm's way for the moment, which he is able to do, but the bomb has been planted. Look at the smokes littering this A bomb site right now. It's going to be so difficult for the CTs to try and get back into this one. They do have a kid, but they've no mollies to try and force out these close angles. And look at Rollin trying to just creep round. 2 players are going to swing right on through, and the second lined up perfectly for him. He does not get the third though, as Chrisen will collect his second of the round, but I don't think there'll be much more given to him on offer. And yeah, sometimes you just have to call a spade and call it a day. It's going to be a 6th round for ITB. They've fought tooth and nail to get back into this one, and now they have a little bit of a comfortable lead considering MOUZ NXT's economy in the next round.
And it's the same story time and time again. MOUZ NXT is the team to get the opening kills into the buy rounds. That's another one. Body with a good exchange, another A play, and once again it's the player to maul down more than 1 people coming out of camera. Last time it was Misuta with the double. This time it's Rollin taking both players down as they were trying to jump through the smoke into the breach. Have been just so good at making those recoveries work. It just comes to show how difficult the CT side of Anubis is and how unrewarding a man advantage could be on it, right? I mean, I'm not saying that MOUZ NXT are playing the situations perfectly. If they were, they probably would have been winning the rounds, but it's the fact that you're getting into man advantage so many times, and then ITB just gather up, they execute a bomb site, and there's not a lot of things that you can do about it. And now the money's not there, so the MAC-10s can just run you down. Rollins just having some fun. The Op is towards the right bomb site, but he might not even get to do anything. I mean, the bomb is yet to cross, so he's probably going to get a chance, but everyone else is just getting absolutely smackaroonied out of the round.
Yeah, Kristen able to find one, but Rallan again in your face with the MAC-10. And there's not a lot you can do about it, and he wants that AWP as well. Bomb is even going to make its way over to A, so Kristen, now he's not here in a bomb plant. Surely he begins to realise, oh, they've hardly gone all the way towards A. That's just
It's
such
either that, or they're waiting for people to get closer to him before they plant the bomb.
Once he hears that, though, it's so disappointing, and he knows that there could be a nasty T waiting around any corner, so he prefers not to move, but instead it's going to be the T side to make a move on him. Great first shot, but will not get to fire a second as the op will be dropped. MOUZ NXT have the economy to fall back on for the final round of the half, but we could be looking at an 8-4 lead going on to the CT side for ITB, who have been the better team. You know, even with, when we take into account MOUZ NXT, the amount of entries they're getting, just the fact that ITB, even when they're down, they're continue to show they're not out.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go down that path, I feel like you can dissect the round into early round, mid round, late round, right? If you're the better team mid and late round, that kind of overshadows it. I mean, MOUZ have been able to find the opening kills, but ITB mid round have been doing a really good job. Early on with the presence towards middle, later on with just the committed executions, and this time they actually get the first one. Let's see if they're going to be able to go all the way with 8. Nate fires back. It's a 1-for-1. But the CTs are still so aggressive. Look at PR. How has he found himself in that position? That surely is a round winner. Gets another one. Re-aggression towards the A-bomb side. Catches them off guard as well. It's crucial in BMAS in the 2v4. And surely this one's a little bit over the line. Surely that's an impossible one to win.
Especially with Crucial going down there. Surely it's not going to happen. And BMAS, taking fights in his own spawn at 1 minute and 5 seconds is not how he envisioned this round going, but he's going to make a good go of it if he can. Spots out the third player, but he cannot get out of the crosshair of Naitu, who is going to at least collect a 5th round on this CT side before we swap over. A close game by all means, and definitely could go either way, but to be honest, in my personal opinion, I think ITB are going to be the happier of the two.
Yeah, I was going to say, in your personal opinion, you look at your ID card, I know who you're supporting. But yeah, obviously it's we were just joking about it. Yeah, but even on paper, ITB looked like the team that should be able to close it all right.
In my professional opinion, it will be the same. I call them down the middle.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Your professional opinion is the same, of course. It is justified. It is justified. It's not only because of the org being UK. They have been the better team so far, and the fact that MOUZ NXT are on the T side, does it give somewhat of a fighting chance? Absolutely, it does. But does it mean that they will need someone else different than Siren PR crunching up the numbers? Yes, definitely. And do they need this pistol round to go in their favor? Absolutely yes.
Hey, execute. What can you bring? Masuda rattles off a few shots to try and be fortunate through them, but he is not going to be able to get anything done through that smoke. Instead, he is going to take the brunt of the damage. Goosed up, the body collects the first kill. Naitu getting to work with that Glock in the face of 3 and deals with all of them on his lonesome. And Bimus and Rallan, they have seen enough, surely, unless Rallan wants to make the fake steps to go away and come back and maybe try again. There is a kit, it is down, but as time ticks on, surely this one has been sealed. And MOUZ NXT do a good job of taking both pistols here on Anubis, but they need to build off it.
Yeah, back-to-back triple kill rounds for Nate, by the way. Great stuff by the young Frenchman. Obviously, yesterday we did have a bit of a conversation about him, but he is one of those guys that was on the Nakama project, the one of Shoxy, obviously. He played with Rasmo there as well. A couple more familiar names. Now he's playing against another ex-G2 French veteran in body. He used to play with one last year. Big stuff from him. Final round of the first half, go to triple, did it again in the pistol here. A tactical timeout for ITB, by the way, which I'm not completely against. I mean, you held on to 2 armor so they can go for Famuses. The problem is that because of those Famuses being brought in, there's not going to be a lot of Yuto, and you can see Body and Misuta just sacrificing themselves to get BMS and Rollin fully equipped for the round. So I guess you know who's going to have to do the heavy lifting going into this one, and that's the reason you want to have the tactical timeout before the round. You are taking a bit of a chance, but if it works out, it's going to keep you in the driver's seat. If it doesn't, though, it's letting MOUZ NXT start build up that momentum on the T side, which could be pivotal.
Yeah, Juve having his say. Of course, back into the coach slot for ITB.
Oh, yeah. It's important to note. He's been there for 20 days now, I guess.
Yeah. Hasn't been there for... He was there, of course, for quite a while before that, but...
Yeah.
Taking the reins back over from Trace.
Apparently, he's got that healthy connection with the players. I mean, with what's left of the previous lineup, which is Crucio and Rollin, obviously. But those are the 2 most experienced guys. I guess that now you have Body on the team. It's leveled out between the 3 of them, but still, it's the Oper and the veteran in the lineup that apparently he's working really nicely with, and that's really important. It's nice to have a coach that can be on the same page with the players.
Yeah, very knowledgeable from the few conversations that I had with him at the RMR.
Yeah.
He knows his stuff,
which is
for
rare
sure.
for such young coaches, by the way.
Yeah.
He hasn't had the time to actually spend a lot of time at big events and, coach a lot of LAN tournaments either. So it's commendable.
He's going to be hoping that his team are going to be able to react off that little pep talk. And, well, so far it has not gone so well, but only with a few upgraded pistols. Rollin with his FAMAS now, trying to get to work. And there's been a decent amount of damage done, but PR, even on that low HP, a wounded animal, is extremely dangerous. MOUZ NXT keep 4 guns up as they level this game up. And now, ITB succumb to just pistols once again. Cannot afford to make too heavy of an investment here, so this should be another bit of smooth and plain sailing for the MOUZ NXT boys, unless there's a crafty set play to come from ITB.
I want to put it out there. PR is one of the sharpest 16-year-old players I've seen in a long time. Himself and Sierra have been impressive. It's not just the sharpness, obviously. They're really intelligent in the way that they're picking up their fights, but even just aim-wise, they've been crazy. It's been helping out MOUZ NXT for sure. Feel like we have some... I know that the main team is still really young, because obviously they were the academy team up until 1 year ago, maybe a year and a half now, but I feel like you can see that the future for MOUZ is bright. No matter how this game ends, I feel like they've all been able to show some great stuff. I mean, we've seen Nexius play with the main team in Sydney. He did, I'd say, really nicely for his first big event and first big LAN event as well. That makes a big difference. Then Sierra and Kristen with Heroic played a couple online tournaments, played the Rubet, played Thunderpick, were really good. Now we're seeing some really good stuff from PR as well. Nate coming in clutch in important rounds. I've been impressed. Becoming a MOUZ NXT fan again.
Around here, ITB are going to try and get to work if they can, and that's a lot of damage done in terms of the spam. Be very good indeed. Nexius sat ready and waiting in the window, and Crucial is going to show him the real meaning of window pain.
Yeah, I mean, he attempted the cheeky play. You can't fault him. Didn't work out, and now Crucial's tagged down another one. A lot of damage done to the T's early on. Not only they've lost one, but PR's down in the red sector almost already. It's going to be an A play, but Misuta's got a quick rotation in Crucial if he needs it, and he's just playing this one really passively. He can just get the first kill, fall back, stay alive, wait for people to rotate. Crucial's actually aggressing towards middle though, so that quick rotation is not really there anymore. There might be a bit of a window for MOUZ NXT to exploit.
Yeah, but it does kind of open up the fast flank here for Crucial, which might be something that MOUZ NXT are just not going to be ready for. MOUZ stopping the first man is absolutely huge, but he takes that flashbang right between the eyes. It doesn't matter, but he takes point, and MOUZ comes back for more. Crucial will not be needed on that fast flank because the A players do their job. Hold strong, level this game up. But MOUZ NXT, they've got that healthy economic situation that they can fall back on. So we're expecting a battle here towards the kind of mid to late stages of this game, and a battle we should get.
Yeah, you could see the good coordination and into the breach there, right? The fact that Crucial goes in for the aggressive play means that body needs to rotate towards a ASAP to make sure that they have this one under a lock and key, and then MOUZ gets the first one, body saves his life with the second, MOUZ can turn around and get another. We did talk about the healthiness of the buy. ITB were thinking about going for something aggressive towards water, but it's been completely denied and fall back. Bemis and Rollin go down. MOUZ fires back with one, but NXT, they still have the man advantage and make that a two-man advantage once again.
Yeah, you know, maximum, there's one player here towards B, so surely you just hit it with all the force that you can. You dump the util, make sure that Crucial doesn't have too many chances, and, well, there's not a lot he can do. He can just stare at the smokes. He can maybe try and hear if there's a few steps going in front of him. They nade behind it. It won't take care of the smoke. And it won't even do too much damage at all. MOUZ, Crucial, they need to try and get a whole lot closer in this round, but they just cannot get to grips with it. This has been great from MOUZ NXT, and they do actually make it count. Crucial, a single kill is all he can boast about, but I don't think he's going to be singing too highly about that one whatsoever. And finally, we see MOUZ NXT, you know, take advantage of those early gunfights that they were winning for so long. You know, even with the two entries, it was always a question mark of will they be able to close this round out, but that one was a lot more sure, and there's a lot more confidence surely now within the young NXT roster. But ITB now back into the fray with this buy in front of them.
Yeah, at least... Oh, they've actually found another one. That was through a smoke, and Rollin falls down again. It's the AVP of Crizzen. Second round in a row, he's able to pick up an early fight. It's been a good recovery for him. I mean, we did say that on the CT side, he didn't really have that much success with the big green. So far on the T side, he's been fairly decent. Once again, though, is quickly returned. Crucial. We're missing a lot of those fights right now, but bottom line is Crucial once again is all alone towards the B bomb side, and there's so many people headed towards his direction.
Not a fast rotate either, so Crucial's going to have to try and put up this defense on his own. He does collect one more kill before it's refragged, and now MOUZ NXT, they will walk into the site, but still going to try and just clear out these angles. Bemis needs to be careful. Okay, that was not the jiggle that I was expecting to come out there, and he gets very fortunate that he isn't going to be dropped. Body drops that Molotov now as ITB try and get to work, and Nexius does burn a little bit, not to be too concerned about it. This is all about timing here for MOUZ. If his teammates can take some of the battle, some of the fight away from them. The unscope of Crizzen, but he still manages to pull it off and find that kill. Goes back for a little bit more. Crizzen with that double and PR with the last seals that round for MOUZ NXT. That got very, very scary indeed. And if Crizzen goes down there, then ITB have a way back in. But he holds his nerve, and that recovery is perfect. Exactly what the Young Guns needed.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there towards Con, because from what we saw, the player just unscopes and MOUZ peeks in the exact same moment, so it should be a MOUZ kill, right? But yeah, it was a little bit awkward. MOUZ goes down, and if Crizzen goes down, by the way, this is the round over, because PR's position is completely exposed to connector as well. He's gonna get swarmed. The player on the side doesn't get anything more. They lost a teammate in the meantime because of BMAS, so yeah, it would have been an ITB round. This is the fight that decides it. And I was just about to commend MOUZ because he was really patient with it. He didn't instantly just peek into it. I guess just an unfortunate moment doesn't go your way. That could have been the round. It could be the game as well. MOUZ NXT are getting so close to that number 13 here on Anubis and potentially taking us to a third and final map. We didn't expect that whatsoever going into Anubis, but it's been a tough fight. And an impressive one so far for the MOUZ NXT boys. Now, just up against the pistols this time around. You got to be really careful, though. Those are the rounds that can completely shift the momentum of the game. You lose it here, it's really easy to kind of overlook it because you know that they have no money and it's such an intense game, and you kind of want this round to be free. So sometimes you're going to see teams just lose focus when it comes down to those anti-ecos. Truth is, you got to be even more focused than you are on the regular buy round.
Gotta be laser focused and laser sharp as these pistols can be, but Crazen again with the entry. Spam down. Nexius was actually unfortunate not to get that kill, but it's going to be Crazen to take Bimus's top off once again. Now Masuda might be able to drop the bomb, but it's not going to happen, and Crucial is left completely on his lonesome as PR tries to hunt him down with this AK, and surely it's only a matter of time before this kill goes the way of the T. Never mind, Crucial will at least get that one to boost his stats up a little bit, but it's Crazen really waking up and striking where it matters for MOUZ NXT. His entries on the op have been absolutely sublime, and so far have been the difference maker in the second half.
Yeah, I think we've seen him open up 3 or 4 rounds so far in the second half. I believe it's 3. I can name 3 rounds. I think there was one more. That's absolutely gorgeous from Crazen. And some really nice shots, by the way. And, you know, when you have Syra just doing what he is around you, and you're performing like that, being the IGL on the T side, you're opening up so much space for your team every single round at the start, making it easier for yourself to call a mid and end round as well when you start every single round in a 5v4 situation. Another buy coming up for ITB, and this is the one that needs to be the difference maker, and this time a little bit of fortune goes in favor of the CTs. Nice spam from Body.
Yeah, they needed something to kind of go their way, didn't they? Because it was looking all doom and gloom for the UK organisation. But has Lady Luck decided to side with ITB? We'll see if they're able to put the finishing touches on this round after that opening frag. Body, he isn't satisfied. He wants a little bit more. Thinking about getting aggressive as MOUZ NXT, they reroute once again. They were thinking about heading back towards A, but they've decided that middle might be a better option, so Body might get his wish. However, he's decided to fall back to a more passive angle.
Yeah, they're trying to fake it out. Smoke towards B, courtesy of Chris, and it's a really deep one though. Are they gonna try and split B through middle? I'm still trying to figure it out. You want to use Crizon in front of that B-bomb side. I think that's the plan. You're trying to make it look like an A-take, but it's going to be a B play. They're going to drop down canals and head back, but ITB, they haven't moved. 15 seconds. They still have 3 here.
Oh, big HE on top of Naitu and Sierra as they make their way into the site. Bim that shuts down 2 of them, and that is absolutely no problem for ITB as it's not into the breach. MOUZ NXT go into the blender, chewed up and spat out on that B-bomb site. That's exactly what they needed. Just something to go their way. That's the kind of round that can really turn the tide in a game. And ITB, they're going to be hoping for exactly that. Just a spectacular hold and great patience shown.
They just didn't buy it for a second there. They knew that they had the extra Molotov towards the A-bomb side. They realized that middle was just, I guess, being faked out. There was so much noise, but not a lot of action behind it. Only barking. No actual dog attack spotted. Ooh. This time Crizon has been spotted out, I think, and Beamos doesn't really want to give him a chance to get another opening. It's a slower start, but Sierra once again taking a lot of space, and he's thinking about going for that early fight. The CDs have given connector away, and now they're hearing the steps. That's going to be a lot quicker compared to the previous couple rounds for MOUZ NXT, it looks like, but the bomb is still dropped, so maybe not a full-on commitment yet. Yeah, I feel like if they had the bomb, they would have went for it, by the way. I think they wanted to.
Yeah, but now they're going to go back towards A here, and this could be a big problem. Should they decide to contact into A main here, they need to flash off these players, and if they don't, that's a big problem. That's a big issue. You're just going to walk right into Crucial, but it doesn't matter. You hit both of those shots, and you just mow them down, run them over, and now A is under your lock and key.
still winnable round for the CTs though. Krisen's gonna go down. If they clear out middle, if they get the kill onto Nexus, they can play the retake. Question is, do they really want to think about it? Absolutely not. AVP saved up by body. And Nexus is in a good position to start off the hunt. Now MOUZ NXT need to go hunting. Now they need to make sure that no guns get saved up. But it's still dangerous. Their money is not great. It's worth it. But if they don't get the kills, it's a big problem. Rollin could get caught off guard. That's a massive angle for Nexus. Rollin is just not clearing it out. It's so intelligent for Nexus. Get into the aggressive angle. Just hold. Wait for him to give you the fight. They're just getting surrounded right now. And Nexus is just waiting for his teammates to close on the circle as well. The mess, I think, got spotted there. Might get taken down from Tempo later on. Natu decides that he doesn't really want to give him the fight. They realize that their money is not great, so they want to make sure that even if they lose this round, they're going to be able to reinvest again. MOUZ NXT, 3 consecutive map points to try and take us to Enshin.
Spectacular from Naidu here. Crucial. Arguably should have hit that shot. If he did, it's a completely different round, but wayward op shot. 2 players fault, and they get absolutely nothing out of it. There was massive dangers for MOUZ NXT there, but they get away with one. Now, although they did save up the money, if MOUZ NXT come up short on this round, PR and Krisen won't be able to afford anything at all. They were thinking about going through that smoke there, but that HE from body has deterred them just about. MOUZ NXT, let's not forget, they need this one. This is an elimination game. They need to make sure that this map does go in their favor, and they could do it here, but body shuts down the first. The instant refrag is going to be good, but traded right back by Crucial. And ITB, they want to keep that man advantage alive, which they have managed to do so for now. They'll forfeit middle, they'll play for the sites, but when you play from the sites in this situation, the advantage is with MOUZ NXT. They have more manpower as of right now. The flash is perfect. Crucial goes down. And now the problems begin to arise. Masuda completely on his own. The timing doesn't favour him. And he gets overwhelmed. 2 versus 1. And the 2 come out on top. MOUZ NXT, are they going to close it out here?
Looks like it. Natu's low on HP, but PR still holding to a really aggressive position. Needs to make sure he doesn't go down here. That fight could be everything. PMAS wins it. Stands tall, Rollin with another. He's going to clear out the Frenchman as well and into the breach. They stay alive in the 2 versus 3. They're not going out without a fight. It's 10 on the board. Great flash by Krisen. It felt like it was enough to win them the game, but no. ITB stand tall. It's not over yet.
Oh, we go again. We go again. Yeah, it was a perfect flashbang. I mean, Body does extremely well here to find that kill. Yeah, the refrag, good there from Sierra, but Crucial, he has his cross back there for sure. Perfect flashbang, Crucial. Couldn't see a damn thing. And PR did well to take him down, but look at this. Talk about not having any nerves whatsoever. Bimus and Rollin, as cool as you like.
So many rounds like this one in his career. I mean, not CS2, not online, but even on LAN elimination games, even against bigger teams, he's played so many scenarios like that. He's just not trembling. He's not gonna crumble under the pressure. It's not even elimination on the line, it's a map on the line. He's seen worse.
This could be massive here. ITB already with the advantage. If MOUZ NXT lose this round, they've got 1900 going into the bank accounts of every player. ITB, they could really just guarantee almost an overtime with this. The flash in, Krisen has Sierra covered at least, but Bimus has that information, knows 2 players are coming from connector. Rollin just going to try and dump some util to make sure that the T's aren't going to come on out, but realizing that there might be a little bit of a timing, he collects that frag and sets up ITB for a little bit more of success. But Masuda, he wants that little bit more now. Big fight
That's
here. Bomb dropped, 55 seconds, and MOUZ NXT, they're going to have to scramble to try and get this one to go in their favor, but it's not in any way, shape or form. Crucial seals that one with the last kill, and look at the money on the side of MOUZ NXT. It's just non-existent. There's going to be no rifles. It is just going to be pistols, maybe an SMG at most. ITB, they're nearly there to an OT.
Nearly. And once again, something's happening with Misuta as soon as we get into the final couple rounds of a map, by the way. He just goes absolutely crazy. We had that on Inferno with, I think it was back-to-back triple kills for him for the last 2 or 3 rounds of ITB then. And here as well, big round from him. They were gambling so much on that middle presence. They were hoping that there's gonna be no aggression from the CTs towards a main MOUZ NXT, but it wasn't the right gamble. Just the pistols. 3 Mac 10s, 2 Deagles, some Yuto to work with. You need this one to work out, otherwise we're going into overtime.
Nade stack and bodies down already. That could be absolutely huge. You've got an AK to work with now, and you've got so much utility. You need to just try and lock them out. Masuda looking for more than just the one, but the molly steals away a kill as he does. No Bimis though, over the top of the smoke. He goes down, and now it is down to Rollin and Crucial to try and get this one done. They know PR is out towards middle. They have a 1v1 on the site. They just need to try and take it. They just need to try and get it to go their way. PR is basically just waiting out that Molotov before he can play, and now the 1v2 is on. Smoke on the bomb. Crucial just needs to stick this defuse and PR. He just will not get near it. 12-12. We are level. We go to OT, and ITB still have a chance to 2-0 this series.
This game is the definition of full madness, and MOUZ NXT had the perfect call to make it work, by the way. Even with the limited weaponry they had, PR tries his absolute best. The triple nade to take care of body, pick up the AK. Great shot from PR to follow up, but it was just so tough to hold on to the bomb site itself. Rollin once again with massive kills on such a retake. His A retakes, even though it's just the one kill, Rollin on an A retake has been the hero so far for Into the Breach. It's like his inform card if we were watching EAFC right now. 12-12. We're leveled up. We go once again. It's devastation for MOUZ NXT. They had so many chances to close it out in regulation, but it will have to be overtime. They will need to be a little bit better. Into the Breach right now are just crawling their way through this one. But they want to close it out in 2. They want to make sure they don't drop a map here. Haven't gotten a lot of 2-0 victories recently, ITB, so this one could be a good one to pick up.
Oh, Crimson on the entries. It's been sublime, absolutely sublime. And Nexius, the perfect flashbang. Even Crimson not finding the entry, but setting up his teammate for success, and then coming on top of that and just bettering it. Look at that, 2 kills, setting his teammate up for everything and more. And this has been a complete and utter shutdown. No retakes this time, Rollin. You're out of the round, and it's down to just Bimus.
Yeah, this round is all Crimson, by the way. You might as well give him 5 kills. It's like he did all the job. He gets the opening, fully flashes the second player to set up his teammate, and then gets the 3rd kill. I mean, not a lot more that you can ask from him. Being the IGL and the Oper. The only thing that's going through MOUZ NXT's heads right now is why couldn't we do that up until 1 round ago? Is the only thing. But this is how it happens every single time. You lose so many rounds in a row, the game gets into an overtime, and then you get a clean one as soon as the game goes into OT. But I guess it makes a lot of sense. Now, there's not a lot of pressure on them anymore as well, right? Because when you're 12-8 or 12-9 up, let's say, you know you have a limited amount of rounds to close it out. You lose 1, you lose 2, and then the pressure starts getting to you. Then as soon as the game gets into overtime, it's like in your head, mentally, like you've already lost and you're playing without any pressure. And you're like, okay, full reset. We know we're not expected once again to win it highly anymore, so we can just get back to it. And it really worked out for the first one.
Crimson boosted up here, body taking a lot of risks there just to stand out in the open and go for the spam, and he takes the brunt of the damage because of that HE. Nexius has he spotted him in the smoke, knows he likes to play around it. There comes the flash through, he spotted him out, but nobody's landed a kill, and body still comes away with it. Nexius was ready for that peak. Christian is forced to make the refrag and keeps his team in the game for now, because if he missed that, that really could have got away from them.
Yeah, it could have, but now he's got middle under a lock and key, and this is a key piece of the puzzle. I mean, if you just give them some time, ITB should rotate another guy towards A. They should play a 2-2 setup, and this is what they will go for. Misuta's even going to get aggressive. They should be ready for this. There should be a flash to clear him out.
But no, Masuda just gets aggressive, spots out PR, takes him down. Naito forced into that refrag, he gets it. Crucial though with another missed shot, and now The A bomb site is open for business. MOUZ NXT, they'll get this bomb plant down. You need Bimus and Rallen to come in absolutely huge one more time. You're a man down in this retake scenario, but surely you need to just go for it. Surely you need to get as close as possible and hope that you're able to find the kills once again. But this time, MOUZ NXT, they're not sitting back. They're not waiting. They're taking the fight to ITB. And they continue to win them. Rallen, tail between his legs, gets out of there. As MOUZ NXT, they collect their 14th round and they're looking for the perfect T side, and they nearly have it.
Yeah, Rollins at least going to stay alive, probably. He's going to be allowed to hold on to that M4. Not that it makes that big of a difference. That's 2 rounds on the T side already for MOUZ NXT. And if you're Rollins or Bemis at this point, you're just thinking, what can I do to help out my team? Because MOUZ NXT have just been abusing A so much, right? Even in the rounds that Misuta has been able to deliver 1 or 2 kills, MOUZ NXT have just prioritized mid and A for the last maybe 5 to 6 rounds on their T side. The players on B haven't gotten any action whatsoever, only in the retake. And it's been a tough day at the office for Crucio. A couple big misses in the last couple rounds. Body as well towards middle. Has been, I don't want to say traumatized the last couple rounds, but it hasn't been a nice day for him either. They've been abusing him hard. Most of the time he's been left alone to fight against 2 or 3 people. This round is absolutely necessary to win for ITB though. Otherwise this one might be over really, really shortly. You need at least 1 to give you the chance to come back on the T side potentially, and that's a good start. That's a way to get involved on B, even if they want to play A.
Aggression works out, you shut down PR. You have that advantage, but you have no other information, right? You've given up middle because you want to go for that aggressive play towards B. You've no idea what's going on to that part of the map. And MOUZ NXT, they've been so active towards middle that you almost expect somebody to be out there. But luckily for ITB, nobody has advanced too far whatsoever. It's just Nexius waiting to strike. But do they want to risk pushing to try to clear him out? Body is going to get a little bit closer towards B. He's going to be in there with a quick rotate. Nexius begins to walk out. Christian through the smoke finds that kill, and now Nexius will strike. They're going to head all the way back towards A, but Masuda finds that kill, and now with 25 seconds you're left scrambling. Where do we go, A or B? And they go back down towards B. This is what they have to go for. They have to hope for some success as they enter onto the site. Bimus waiting to spot somebody, but panics a little bit in terms of lining up that kill. Crucial, however, will not miss the mark. Christian down, plays no further part in this one, and Naidu and Sierra, they need to hold on for this perfect T side, but look at everybody grouped up here from ITB. They're all ready and waiting just to pounce. They're waiting for a peek. The flash goes high over, the swing comes true. Sierra stops the first one, Naidu with the second, and it's down to just Crucial with 2 massive shots that he needs to hit, but the tag will not be enough. 15-12, MOUZ NXT are now 1 away from saving themselves and setting up this decider.
This is absolutely ludicrous. Carnage in the server on Anubis right now. MOUZ NXT changed their mind 5 times in a matter of 5 seconds pretty much in this round. They wanted to go back A, but then Misuta wins that fight. Then they've already left the B bomb site. They go over towards middle, drop down canals, go into connector, and in the man disadvantage retake, they're able to hold on to it. Massive double from Natu. And MOUZ NXT are looking to take us to a 3rd and final map here. It's devastation for Into the Breach. 3 consecutive rounds needed on the T side right now for ITB just to fight to force another overtime. MOUZ NXT had 4 consecutive map points in regulation. Now they have 3 more. That's 7 in total. That's like having a 12-5 lead in regulation. Let's put it in that perspective. They should be able to close it out. We should be going to a 3rd.
We should be, but you can just never be so sure. You just can never be so sure. Not in these games when there's a lot on the line, when the pressure is high. Crucial, okay. I thought he got it, but it was body just to save his opper. So ridiculous. Just so quick dropping down. It's such a massive risk, but the risks seem to be paying off here. Crizin, if he takes one more step to his left, Masuda will be able to take him down. It's such an awkward position for him to find himself in. He just walks right into the crosshair. Masuda shuts him down, but both Opera's taken out of the equation. Yeah, they have all the information in the world, surely.
But they don't have the bomb. Oh my god. And now they've lost Misuta towards A. This is so awkward. They're gonna go back B. We're having a replay of the last round, but roles reversed, and MOUZ NXT haven't realized it yet. I mean, Zero was just focused on rotating back to help out his teammates, so the B-bomb side's been left completely vacant. Bomb's gonna go down, and Body and Rollin have a 2 versus 2 against Natu and Sierra to try and keep them on the map.
Rollin stays put on default. Oh, and spots a player walk right through the smoke.
No way.
It's so awkward. He spots out both players, but he hasn't been able to connect the bullet on a single person. And now he's calling Body back to try and help him out, which he does so, but Naidu swings right on through. Low HP, smoke on the bomb, and needs to try and find out Body. He could be absolutely anywhere. Needs to find the bomb as well. He's lost in the sauce, lost in the smoke, and Body spots him over the top of it. ITB, they stay alive for at least one more round. And it's thanks to the stand-in who steps up, the Frenchman. All eyes on him.
This is so crazy. MOUZ NXT are trying to disrespect the hell out of Into the Breach right now, by the way. The amount of players that just walk through smokes this round is ludicrous. I don't think Rollin realized... Well, I think he does. I don't think he believes what kind of a situation he found himself in because a person just decided to walk through the temple smoke like that. And then the final one from Connector, I guess Natu had no choice. He just had to give it a go, but great round by Body. A double kill to keep them in here. Triple in the round in total. We did say that he was struggling in the last couple rounds on the CT side, but finally goes huge. And Into the Breach still have a chance in this one. The call has been made. It's an A execute on the cards.
Yeah, keeping it simple. We've seen something like this from Pain when they were playing Aurora on Anubis. Just keep it simple. And it worked out for them. Will it work out for ITB? They'll try and make it in, but there's 3 players here to put up a defense, and so far so good. They find one kill as the swing comes through. Body dropped. Naidu has the bomb now in his lap, and ITB, they're left scrambling to try and get to terms with this round. Naidu wants some of these fights because he keeps winning every single one. Bimus now left scratching his head where his teammates have gone, and needs to scratch the heads of MOUZ NXT with his AK bullets. Does expertly to dispose of Crizin, but now watching for the flank, does not see PR, which could be detrimental to him as the round continues to tick on. But still, this is so unwinnable right now for Bimus unless he produces some absolute magic. Surely this one will not go in his favour, and PR is closing in on him from behind, but just sitting, waiting. MOUZ NXT, they don't give him a single peek. They know it's only a matter of time before Bimus shows himself, and one will not be good enough. MOUZ NXT 16-13. They stumble on that first round of that second half, but will not stumble on the next.
What a comeback from MOUZ NXT, man. We didn't expect this whatsoever. They deserve to play a third map. The fact that they were unable to close it in regulation, and still mentally they were able to stay strong in the game, compose themselves, pick themselves back up together, and get a clean first half in overtime. That had to be enough. I mean, yeah, the first round of the second half was a little bit scrappy with a lot of people taking chances and them just not working out, but at the end, massive from Natu as well. We've been talking so much about Nexus and his stint with the main team. We've been talking so much about Crizin and Sierra and their performance and the fact that they played for Heroic. But we haven't really said that much for the French guy, but hey, he turned up big time in the server. PR, of course, has been really sharp. MOUZ NXT, they just deserve to play that third map. And Into the Breach, I feel like you're going to be really disappointed that you missed that chance to close it out here on your map pick. And now you got to do what MOUZ NXT did, pretty much. Pick yourselves up and show a bit of a better face on map number 3, I guess, Jack.
Yeah, you've got to pick yourself up and dust yourself off, because there's no time to rest on missed opportunities and missed chances of that map 2. You have to get it done here in map 3. It's a decider in this decider to see who is going to be the first team eliminated from the CCT online finals. We've got a 10-minute break. Make sure you stick around. You do not want to miss this last map of the series.
Extend your game vision with bo3.gg.
Yo, what are you doing?
Exhibit.
What do you think? I'm a paperclip? It's Mr. X to the Z. You need to quit browsing like a lame and get Opera GX. Cause with GX mods, you can pimp your motherfucking browser. All you gotta do is click here, select the mod, and boom! New look, new sounds, new everything. It's not easy being a legend. Oh shit, not again. Change the mod now. Download Opera GX.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are just about ready to get underway with this deciding map between ITB and MOUZ NXT. Moving over onto an ancient, Ted. Gonna get your quick thoughts before we do jump into this deciding map, because this is what means the most. If you lose here, you are going to be the first team eliminated from the CCT online finals. So this map matters.
Yeah, it does matter, and I feel like if you had asked me this question and map number 1 went in favor of MOUZ NXT and then ITB leveled things up on Anubis, I would have said ITB have got this 100%. But now with Enshin coming up, I'm not sure if that was the case. I feel like at the start of the day, I thought that MOUZ NXT's chances were to pick up a 3-map victory here, win Inferno, then Anubis, whatever happens stays on Anubis, and win on Enshin, because I really do feel like they have decent chances there. It doesn't matter how we got up to that map number 3. What matters is that we are going on to Enshin, and I do feel like MOUZ NXT are the slight favorites going into a check.
Well, yeah, I believe we are just about to jump into the game. We are about to jump into that deciding map, so we'll see. Will MOUZ NXT stay the favourites?
Oh, yeah.
Viper doing us dirty there a little bit, but
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
doing
was
me
fun.
dirty a little bit, but yeah,
that was
okay.
amongst the top 3 most swift transitions we've ever had into a map.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll get you back.
You know,
on it.
you've
Don't worry about
you've seen worse. Everyone at home, you've seen worse. I'm pretty sure. And at least we were making a good laugh out of it. But yay, the pissed around, I guess we didn't miss a second of it because we joined them for the knife. So that's fine. Of course, ITB starting us off on the CT side, and MOUZ NXT are going to be the offensors or the aggressors.
The aggressors,
first. Yeah.
the offensive side.
Yeah, I started saying on the offensive side of things, but I kind of missed the on, and yeah, I tried to correct it last second. Didn't work out, but hey, they have brought in a decent amount of Veto going into this one. 2 smokes, Molly, Flash, looks like an A play. Blade Lurk from Mido for Syra. Potentially for Kristen as well. Not a bad setup though. Misuta playing towards the last box, and B-Mass towards Donut is going to be his only assistant there.
Yeah, Roland with a kit and a smoke. If he goes down the middle, that could be a big problem. Actually, Masuda is just going to jump the gun a little bit here. He's just going to take the fight. Does eventually go down, but not before he does claim 1. And Roland does a really good job about finding a headshot out towards middle. Kristen still waiting to activate for that late lurk, as his teammates now really need to do the dirty work here and try and find these kills to do a nice job. They know BMS could be still in here towards the donut. Nexius tries to help out his teammate get the bomb down as much as he can, which he will do before he falls. Rollin kissing PR in the smoke and realizing he's there. Smoke on the bomb. This should be no problem for ITB to convert, as Kristen, he just doesn't really have the angle whatsoever. Spamming away. He will collect crucial before the round does end, but no more than that. ITB starting well on a map that they are yet to win in CS2, Ted.
Yeah, results haven't been great for Into the Breach when you open their Ancient tab, right? I mean, they've lost it, what, 6 times in a row, and only the last 2 were actually in CS2. Oh no, actually the last 3 were in CS2. But yeah, they lost it to Looking for Orc, they lost it to Bait, and then they lost it to Spirit. The Spirit game was overtime. I feel like when you look at the teams that they've played, you can let them get away with it. You can appreciate the fact that they've played well and they've been able to put up a bit of a fight. But who need to be on their A game here. Force by coming up for MOUZ NXT, an early kiss in the smoke, number 2 for the map towards middle, and Rollins going to be the one to pick up the opening elsewhere though.
Nicely done. Crucial, flashed out towards middle, doesn't see anything as the T's are cowering right now just out of his vision. And nothing more than that opening kill for Rallen as we continue into this second round. MOUZ NXT, let's not forget, they forced into this round. They need to get a result out of this one, and it's not like Go. If you force into this second round, you know, you're giving up a lot if you end up losing it. There's a lot of ground that ITB will happily take up, especially in a decider of an elimination game. Body deciding to take a peek with that swing. He gets the information, spots out the bomb, and now ITB surely can make adjustments because there isn't that much time left. Surely the execute is coming soon, and Body goes back for a little bit more. There's a great kill found, Body with a second, and the bomb shut down. Surely MOUZ NXT do not have an avenue back into this one.
Yeah, PR is going to try his best to keep him evened up, and that's actually opened up a bit of an opening for Crism, but BMAS is still in a good enough position. Both players were previously tagged down, so no issues for the MP9 to mold him down. And ground into the breach, their second round here, forced by nearly actually has a chance to work out, I guess, because of the last couple kills, but bottom line is ITB in general were really good at dealing with it. It's really important for them to make, or for MOUZ NXT to make Rollin respect him a little bit though at the start, because so far he's been picking up fights left, right, and center, and you better believe if those are going well for him, he's gonna get aggressive a whole lot more as we get into the later rounds.
Yeah, Rallen is definitely not the kind of player that you want to be giving confidence to early on, because he will take it and run with it. Just the upgraded pistols from MOUZ NXT.
For him, it
time,
might
right?
be enough to just pick up the confidence, lift his hand up, and you're still not going to be able to reach and get it. I mean, he doesn't really have to run.
He's a very tall man.
He is. It's huge. Almost as tall as me, by the way. And I rarely see people that are as tall as me. You know that. I'll take your silence as a sign of greens, I guess. Hey, it was a fairly clean one for the side of ITB. Okay, so apparently, ladies and gents, we have some minor technical difficulties, but everything's fine. I feel like it was me lying that I'm a tall person that kind of screwed up Jack's internet there for a second. But hey, first buy round coming up. ITB were able to get the conversions. Let's see what MOUZ NXT can do when they have the guns out. Of course, they forced up in the second, but now it's proper gun round with the AKs and the U2 as well. Rowland getting aggressive once again. Has the support of BMAS though, and he is the one to pick up the opening kill and actually gets out of dodge safely. He gets sacked down low, but he's still alive, and that's a big win for ITB early into the round. Now the T's will have to look for a response elsewhere, but the AVP's picked up another one. This is great for Into the Breach. What a start to the buy round number 1. And Body's looking for more, by the way. He's not stopping. Gonna get himself on the other side of the smoke. I feel like now he's realized he doesn't really need that so much, and he's gonna try and get away with some spam on the fade out. Gets punished eventually, but it's still a good amount of damage onto PR. He's the one responsible to pick up the bomb, and it's still going to be a B play, but they still have to deal with Rollin. Hasn't moved from the cave, hasn't been moved from the cave successfully
so far. And it feels like it's not going to change here and now. It's a 3-man lean towards the B bomb site for ITB. BMAS has picked up another one on the AVP. Let's not forget, he used to op at some point of his career. At one point, he was the main oper, and now he's showing us that he's still got it in him. Crucial with another. Zero left in a 1v4. The fail smoke obviously helped out a lot to ITB. Feel even more comfortable in this round, and Rollin is going to take Sierra out of the equation coming in from behind. It's a 4-0 lead in favor of Into the Breach. As once again, it's a great start to what, you know, had a lot of potential to actually start going against them at the start. I feel like, especially after that Anubis, not only us, but a lot of you guys probably thought that going into this map, MOUZ NXT could be able to transfer that momentum, but into the breach. So far, haven't really put a foot wrong on Ancient. Back to the pistols we go. Rollin once again tested in towards the cave, but Sira doesn't manage to take him down. Rollin's been absolutely impeccable so far. Crucial posted on the angle with the Ob though. Molotov deployed to make sure the pistols can't go in, but Rollin's still going for more. He's been a demon so far on Ancient, and he's not given us any signs of slowing down.
Not whatsoever. The fight's coming through, and the Tech9s do actually manage to win one or two of them, but not the first round that MOUZ NXT really are after.
Yeah, you know what? I take full responsibility for your disconnect, because this was the moment when I said that I'm actually taller as Rollin, as tall as Rollin.
Oh, so you spoke it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair enough.
I forced it into existence.
Yeah, no, I don't know what happened, to be honest. Everything just went like dark in front of me, like all my monitors turned off, and it just power tripped. But yeah, I'm back anyway. Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
I think that's supposed to be called Ragnarok in Nordics mythology. You just witnessed the end of the world for a second, but now you're back. So everything's fine. It could be the end of the world for MOUZ NXT though, unless they change something really quickly, because the start of that Ancient hasn't been as optimistic as the start of Anubis, and it surely isn't as good as the start on Inferno, where, to be fair, they did win 8 rounds on their T side, but this T side so far has been struggling massively.
They've got the rifles up and they need to do something with them, and wow, look at this space being taken here by Nexius. Did Bimus hear it? I don't believe he did. That could be a big problem later on in the round, at least. He can get in there safely. He's got a massive opportunity to get into the back line. Actually, he spotted him out at least, so he goes down, but he does gather that information that somebody could be trying to flank you. He would have liked to get a kill there, but unfortunately, things do not go your way 100% of the time. No, everything has been perfect for ITB so far, and that's a perfect response. They're able to take care of that player. Now, they're able to reposition. Get everybody over towards this B bomb site. That's where the hit's coming through. PR going to be the first player up, and does enough to discourage Rallen, but the flash through the smoke body's just going to sprint onto the site needed to be dealt with, and is. Bomb is going to be planted. MOUZ NXT, they might be set up for success here, but Masuda with a massive frag. And look at Krisen. Krisen could really be the thorn in ITB's side if they're not expecting him. And why would you be expecting him? But he hasn't seen him out just yet. Rallen does go down. Krisen with 2, Knight with 1, and MOUZ NXT finally get there first.
That was such a messy round, by the way. It was so awkward because Krisen was on the flank, which looked like a good idea, but then into the breach were so quick to send Body through the smoke. If Body finds something, they probably just send the retake straight away. And maybe the round ends before Krisen even gets allowed to join in, but because of Body going down, then a player of ITB tried to rotate through middle. Krisen was able to hear that, get the kill, even doubled up on the second player from CT that tried to fight him. So MOUZ NXT pick up a first round here, finally on the T side, but you need to make it 2 in a row at least. And it's not a great start either. Misuta with the opening, Crucial with the AVP to pick up a second. Already you've lost 2, Jack.
Yeah, it's not a great start, Ted. Not whatsoever. Not what you would have wanted. But ITB were pretty good at, you know, overcoming these 3v5s. MOUZ NXT are going to have to try and take a page out of their book if they want to stay competitive, really, in this first half, because it's been a complete and utter blowout if we take that last round out of our minds for a moment.
Yeah, the thing is, the map is a whole lot different, right? On Anubis, you get a lot of chances in those scenarios. It's just how the map is. You can just focus on one bomb side, just gather a play together, and you're gonna get given those chances. And there's nothing that the CTs can do about it. I mean, the fights are just gonna come your way, but Ancient is a bit different, especially when you have Body hitting shots like that through the smoke. Finally, Rollin gets punished, by the way. He's on 10 and 3. And that's only in 7 rounds he's played so far. The body is gonna stand tall, and now they've spotted the op as well, or at least they've heard him. So Crimson, unless we witness a magical 1 versus 4, he's actually tagged him through the wall. There could be a bit of a chance here, but the flash is gonna force him back, and he doesn't actually have the bomb. So yeah, that was a good tag, but it's not really gonna help you out that much, is it?
We could have dreamed that that was going to turn into something amazing.
For a split second, I actually forgot that they didn't have the bomb.
Yeah. That was the real killer there. Nicely done though from ITB. You've got to be happy with that one. If you're Juve, watching your team, yes, lose that last round, but the response is absolutely perfect. MOUZ NXT really yet to get to terms with this T-side. They haven't found something that works really at all consistently for sure. And look at that, Nexius already down low. He's actually already been taken out of the round, and MOUZ starts it off with a massive double kill just to fight out towards middle. And MOUZ NXT come up short once again. They're back to the drawing board with only 3 players alive.
Middle hasn't been working out for them early round whatsoever. MOUZ has just been impeccable. If it's not Rollin picking up the fight from Cave, it will just be MOUZ running down and mowing them one after the other. Another multi-kill, and the big problem with that is that ITB are getting those kills. They're not giving NXT chance to fight back, right? They're not giving MOUZ anything after the fact. They're just playing from behind, just being extremely passive about it. And if you're MOUZ NXT, you kind of get the feeling of having the entire map to work with, but still you know you're being contained.
You're given a lot of space, but you know that it's a false sense of security that ITB are trying to lull you into, because around any corner there could just be a nasty CT waiting to spring, waiting to attack. And I mean, right now it's looking disastrous for MOUZ NXT. PR is going to be spotted. They know that MOUZ is there, but Bimis is going to be here to help them. Looking out, 2 players extremely low, but Bimis only collects 1. PR makes sure of that one, and the bomb can be planted, but body, look at this, the fast flank, and PR has his back turned. He should go down for nothing, and now it's just the bomb planter left in the equation. Naidu needs to go absolutely huge here, but needs to be perfect on the headshot, spots out the Opera, isolates the fights expertly, tries to connect with the pre-fire, but it's not going to happen. Out in the open, off angle, maybe, insta headshot onto body, and now it's Crucial, who has not missed a lot of shots, but he walks right in, ready, just completely lost Naidu there. I'm so confused. Maybe expected him to be behind the big box? I'm not sure.
Yeah, he expected him to be towards the big box, or there's no way he thought he could have crossed tempo for sure. Maybe he thought that he would be hiding behind big box and just, I don't know, not peeking whatsoever, just waiting for him to push. There's the replay. MOUZ NXT, they get away with 1, and this is a crazy clutch from Naidu, by the way. First shot is mental, second shot is as clean as it gets, and then it gets really awkward in the clutch against Crucial there.
Didn't actually see him cross, so he just on second watch, you know, you can understand why he's looking there, but surely you need to just kind of take a step back from that one and go, okay, well, like, there is a chance he could be out there, but it was almost like he wasn't going to be on the right side or on the left side of that box, you know, at all. It just didn't come into Crucial's mind there. Still, regardless, it's a great round from Naidu, 100%. That might just spark the comeback for MOUZ NXT now. With only pistols on the other side of it, I mean, this is the perfect opportunity for MOUZ NXT now to get their T-side moving.
Yeah. That was supposed to be 7-1, potentially 8 with the reset of the Ts, but instead, there's the reset for the CT side economy, so maybe a path back into that T side for MOUZ NXT, and walking into an MTB bomb side, it's going to be no issues to convert this one. PR could have a little bit of fun. It's actually 0 to like the first one, but it should be fairly clean. They're just tapping away, mowing them down. That's going to be 3 on the board. And those are the rounds that do make the difference, especially in deciding maps in such important games. A clutch like this one, Naidu's just giving them a fighting chance, because let's be honest, if you lose the previous round, even with the bomb plan, even if you're able to continue reinvesting because of the maximal loss bonus or because of the loss bonus that you had, it was still not looking that well for MOUZ NXT. It was a 3 versus 5 round that they steal away because of a 1v3 clutch. Sometimes this is the thing that you need to get you going, and sometimes you actually had it in you all of the time. You just needed that initial spark to ignite the fire.
If you're ITB though, you can come back with an instant response here. When you have the guns up, and if you're able to do that, surely that just will rattle the mentality of MOUZ NXT. High pressure moments for such young players. You never know what might happen if ITB are able to get this round to go in their favour, and it's a quick take. They'll push all the way down and try and take this fight towards the alleyway. Well, they come up short. 2 kills, 3 kills, all in favour of MOUZ NXT, and that's not gone to plan whatsoever. Bimus eventually shows a little bit of light for ITB, but is it too little too late? As MOUZ NXT will make their move up towards the A site. Masuda spotted, Masuda dealt with, and Bimus now has to do everything and more by himself, but surely the save is going to be the only option. MOUZ NXT, a desperate start to this game, but all of a sudden, they're back in it.
Yeah, now we have a game on our hands. Now we have a third and final map on our hands. MOUZ NXT are not gonna let themselves get eliminated without putting up a proper fight first. Bemis is not saving this M4, by the way. I'm not sure if he's realized it yet. Natu's gonna remind him of it. Nearly a team ace. Sierra is the only one picking up a double here. PR the only one not to get a kill. But it's a great recovery going into that T-side, especially considering how vital those T-sides have been so far for MOUZ NXT. Even if we have to go back yesterday with the 11-1 T-side that they had against Anonymous and Inferno. Here, the 8-4 T-side that they had on Inferno again against ITB. On Anubis as well, they had a 7-5 T-side. When you think about it, so far in the series, they haven't lost a T-side. And this could have been the first one, but now they can even level it up. Which, considering how dire it was looking at one point, could be a massive success here. The 5th should be fairly easy to convert.
Should be. But as NXT, they have been very diligent about these rounds, and they do not leave anything up to chance. They are taking their time, but they deal with those first 2 issues very handily indeed. So expecting this one to be an open and closed round. It's looking to be exactly that. 6-5. You can level this game up here, swapping over onto the CT side. I think MOUZ NXT are going to be absolutely delighted with the way that they've been able to bounce back into this one. But it's all good. It's all well and good, you know, bouncing back into it and, you know, leveling it up maybe before we swap over sides, but you need a whole lot more from that. You need your second half to be fantastic. Let's not forget about the Inferno game where, you know, we were singing MOUZ NXT's praises of, you know, an 8-4. It was a close game that they managed to, you know, turn on its head, and it was looking like they were going to just close it out from there, and all of a sudden ITB just blew them out of the water with 9 rounds in a row. So they need to make sure that the concentration is at the highest level here if they want to make sure they stay in this event.
Yeah, it's true. On the other hand, though, even if they end up losing that first half,
So far, the team that has been doing better in the first half has lost at the end in this series. That's been the trend. So I feel like if you're MOUZ NXT, you just want to take it one step at a time, right? You want to make sure you get the best out of that T side that looked done just a couple rounds ago. You were down 1-6 and you were down 3 to a 3v5 situation in that round. And then suddenly a couple rounds later, you're able to make it such a competitive one. And look at that. Again, you're not contesting middle. I mean, you're not sending people out, but you're taking them down with nades. You've inflicted so much util. You've sent PR to fight Rollin, and this is maybe the first time you've just fought Rollin 1v1 straight up and you've won it. It's a great start to the round. Even though PR eventually falls, what you've gained so far is absolutely massive. Mid control, you've exposed Crucial towards Cave, and you've done so much damage, even though it's unconfirmed yet.
Bimus dead. That's absolutely perfect, and for me this round is as good as done unless you can see something from Body and Crucial. I mean, Masuda, I'm not expecting much from him just due to the fact that he's so low HP. Crucial has been taken down. Christian was just waiting for him, and MOUZ NXT, they've gotten so much space, but they're freezing right now. They're letting their A players walk all the way through just to find something more, and that's even opened up a bigger avenue for them to maybe exploit. Masuda is gonna hear this util. Body's still a million miles away right now. Flash pops perfectly right in his face, and he can just hope to have some kind of impact, but Christian just running with that up, clears him out, no problem whatsoever. Awkward exchange from Body as he goes back to collect some utility, but surely he won't have too many chances at this. No, he won't. He's been tagged down on the cross, even into Donut. Naitu is going to try and say goodnight to this round, but it's Sierra to seal this first half 6-6, which is a spectacular scoreline considering how it started.
Yeah, it was a 6-1 score in favor of Into the Breach, a CT side that looked like it might have decided the entire game. It could have went up to, who knows, 9, 10, 11 rounds, I dare to say, on that CT side, but then instead 1 3 versus 5, 1 versus 3 clutch from Natu. It just changed it all. The entire tempo of the game. It just feels like they needed something like that to go their way. And then as soon as it went their way, they started looking like a different team. MOUZ NXT have made a game out of this, winning 5 out of the last 6 rounds here on Ancient. Lost the first pistol round though. They'd be hoping to win the second one, especially on the CT side, where so far in the series they've had most of their troubles.
Found an avenue, they found a gap, they're already all the way through A. Bomb should be planted. There's the first kill. Christian is able to find it. Rallen has now been taken down, and this is great for MOUZ NXT. Yes, they've given up the site completely, but they've got 5 players now to try and retake this with a decent amount of utility. The only issue is no kit, so they do have to try and be hasty about this one. Body's been spotted out. Christian now looking to strike from behind, but Masuda's already claimed a double. That P250 from long range and Body collecting a headshot as well is absolutely massive for ITB's chances. Nexius trying to play over the top of that smoke. DQ's being stuck here. Sarah needs to just hope that the bullets do not land on him. There's so much time to go, and he's been tagged down extremely low, and eventually he will be taken out just in the nick of time. Bimus just about survives there, but man, that was extremely close, and you can understand Sierra, he just has to stick that there and hope for the best. He doesn't have enough time to get off it and find those 2 kills. He just has to hope and pray that nobody lands the kills. Like, look at that from Masuda. The second one was even more impressive than the first.
Yeah, and catches Nexius mid-air as well. What a round from Masuda. What a moment for the Frenchman to deliver a triple kill. The second pistol round. Finally, the winning streak of MOUZ NXT put to an end. And it's a full eco coming up. So Into the Breach have officially won both pistol rounds on that 3rd and final map in the series. Rallen. Oh, that's going to be an unpleasant surprise rather. But still, there's a lot of people around him to support and make sure that this one kill, once Pyro out of control and transition into anything more dangerous, Body gets gooshed up, but still manages to win that fight. 8 on the board now for Into the Breach. We've seen a lot of crazy rounds so far, a lot of individual plays. It is the 2 Frenchmen, by the way, with those crazy triple kills. Natu in the 1 versus 3, Misuta with a pistol round that I dare to call a 1 versus 4 even for him. Did pretty much all the work there. Now MOUZ NXT get their guns on the board. I do remind you, the CT side is where they had the majority of their issues throughout the first 2 maps. They needed to work out this time around, though, otherwise they'd be going home.
so important in terms of your just confidence moving forward.
They've left A. That's a massive gamble. They need to get aggressive. I know there's no AVP on the T side, and it's first buy round, so you're gambling on ITB just going for a bit of a default. But even though there's no one towards A, even though they have all their numbers towards the B-bomb side and middle, they're just falling apart.
Being torn limb from limb. Christian now watching the cross, and he's not even going to be able to catch the low HP player. It's so unfortunate. And look at Masuda's positioning. He knows that there's one player close. He can let him go by, and he can wait for Christian, but Christian gets the better of him. However, his teammate will not be so fortunate. Body finds that kill. Christian spotted out, and ITB surely have this round over and done with, and Bimus will make sure of that one. 9-6. ITB now have really come to play in this second half, and MOUZ NXT so far, they're flat. They need to try and pump up their spirits. They need to try and get back into this one, but the bye is not going to be able to facilitate much in the next round.
Yeah, I'm not completely against that call from MOUZ NXT there. Not completely against to try and go for something a bit more aggressive towards the middle of the round. Just gather a couple people around each other, play it together, try and find a den. It was a really slow default from Into the Breach, so they kind of baited them into it, but it just doesn't work out. And now you can tell that ITB are just going by the book. There's pistols on the other side. You just walk out of A. You hope that Crimson doesn't do you that dirty with the Deagle, by the way. They've actually lost the opening fight, and now they're thinking about it. They are reconsidering whether they really want to commit A here. And actually, a lot of people have rotated back, but you have Roland taking a lot of vital space towards Cave, so that could enable a last second rotation there. If he's able to clear out a big part of that part of the map, you can send the bomb back still. It's not an easy round to win, for sure. It's not a free one, but you should be picking it up, even after losing body. I guess it's good that the CTs haven't been able to pick up his AK. Oh my.
That's unbelievable from Sarah. Now there's just no information towards A, but Roland, he's crept out towards B, and now surely he can just hold it, drop that smoke down, and make sure that the pistols are not going to be able to get extremely close to this bomb plant. But the issue does still reside with the fact that Sarah's picked up an AK. He can maybe put that to good use. And MOUZ NXT, they're still in with a small chance in this round. But again, time is not in their favour. They need to get a whole lot closer with the lack of kit. And they need to hope that the pistols can do something as well. PR tries to get past Bimus, but he will have it under lock and key. Crucial sees that flashbang coming a mile away, and ITB survive a little bit of a scare in this round, once again losing 2 players in the opening fights, but converting a 3 versus 5. And I don't know how many times we've seen that so far. Yes, this one is a little bit of a difference because, you know, it's just against pistols. You know, maybe expected to be able to convert those a little bit more, but just the fact that ITB, they just have a never die attitude, and unless all 5 of them are dead in the server, they still are in with a chance.
Yeah, Rollins just saved them up from a massive disaster. I'm just gonna put it out there. If he doesn't take all that space, the round is, well, we can never know, but the round is probably over. And the fact that MOUZ NXT still had a bit of a chance, there was a way for this one to go horribly wrong had they decided to fight middle and called the bomb in transition. But thankfully for ITB, they were able to cross safely and still make it work. It was a much scarier eco than what you would be hoping for, but now it's back to the buy rounds for MOUZ NXT, and this is the one that you need. A massive HE to start it off.
Yeah, Masuda is already, though, getting a little bit closer, just closing the distance out towards B. Sarah's going to be caught between 2, and Masuda with a double. Where have we seen that before? It's the big game rounds that Masuda comes alive, and once again, showing his worth for ITB, he's won them the round single-handedly.
Yeah, they got to save. You call it off. That was just a massive, I guess, off round for MOUZ NXT. They weren't aware of the possibility of Masuda being out that much, right? They weren't ready for him to be towards the left-hand side towards long already. Even the player just going out of cave. I think it was Sierra. He's just peeking. And that was been calmed, right? They knew that the take was coming up. They heard the nades. They land a massive HE. Of course, they don't know about it, but they did soften up the T's massively. So it would have made the fights a little bit easier. Then they start hearing the steps. They know the take is coming up, but Misuta was just so much ahead of everything else happening on the bomb side. He catches both of them off guard, rounds down, and now Bemus can even go and hunt. They're not going to send more players because the money is not that great on the T side yet, and they don't want to risk it, but Crucio actually gets the single refrag, which should be good enough for ITB to be really happy right now. 4 alive, you get one pretty much for free, and MOUZ NXT with holding on to that AVP and the M4, they have no choice. They need to reinvest. But Into the Breach are just 2 away from closing it out.
Two away from closing it out, from surviving the first test in this lower bracket. We spoke about the gauntlet that needs to be ran to get all the way into the final for a chance to play at that LAN. And ITB winning this game would mean they're still in contention. MOUZ NXT need something to come of this round desperately, as plenty of bodies sit waiting dormant towards B, but the pop should come through in just a moment. However, the smoke down, Masuda tries to just get a little bit closer, but the risk taken will not be rewarded. And now ITB, do they want to change up the plan? Rallen not going to be expecting. It's the perfect bait from the Opper to get Sierra in on the action. Body able to find that kill at least. He's got the bomb. Very important he does not go down, but he still wants to take these fights on low HP. Kristen should have won that surely, but it doesn't happen. Bemis down out towards middle, and ITB, they could get a bomb plant out of this.
They could, but it's so uncomfortable. You can tell they know that there was a second person towards the cave position, so that's why they slow it down a little bit. Deep smoke towards CT is going to give them a little bit more of a breathing room though to work with. But the fast flank is coming up. Crucial needs to land the shot. He's off the mark, and so is Body. He was already low on HP. It was a real easy kill for Sierra to connect and claim. 7 rounds on the board for MOUZ NXT. They're able to hold on to this one thanks to Sierra and PR. Still dangerous though, but they stay alive.
Small speck smudge of dirt on ITB's so far perfect T side. Still can keep it somewhat perfect.
I like a smudge of dirt. I like the sound of it.
Just a little speck of dirt.
Ooh.
But that
Crucial
is squeaky clean from Crucial to find that one, but it's stolen right back. His Thunder taken away by Krisen. So now ITB looking to try and avenge their fallen Opper, but they'll have to wait a little while longer to do so.
I think that's an easy decision for ITB right now, by the way. You know where the op is. You just smoke off cave and you try and retake middle control later on. Unless the CTs move forward. They're just going to slow it down and wait to see if MOUZ NXT go for something. So far, MOUZ have pushed mid-round a lot of the times when it's been a 4v4, or at least when a kill has happened and it's equal numbers or they are behind. And the aggression is going to be towards the B-bomb side. I think Body's seen that. He's confirmed it.
Yeah, he spotted 2 players there. That's absolutely perfect. Knows MOUZ NXT were going for a little bit of an aggressive peak. Rowland, however, will not be ready for the aggression on his side of things. 40 seconds. ITB, they need to get going into this site, but the site gets more heavily manned by the minute as PR is within touching distance of a rotation, and he is going to get over there as quickly as he can. MOUZ NXT holding a very deep line here. They do not want to play on the site, and it won't matter. The smokes will go up anyway. Trying to get fortunate maybe with a little bit of spam through. Night sees one, but Body takes his head clean off his shoulders. That was from the ramp, and Body connects on that one massively. Now there's NXT. How do they want to approach this? The final piece of util used from ITB, and now they just try to fend them off with the weaponry. The swing's not going to be good enough. 2 kills fall in favor of the CTs, but Body might just be able to do it all, and he does. Body with the 1v3 clutch. ITB, they've got a map and series point.
No, you just didn't do that. What a phenomenal clutch from Body. Arriving from the Falcons, proving his worth once again. Even if he's just a stand-in, this player is out of this world. What a moment to step it up. And that was such a well-played retake from NXT. Look at the replay. That's so clean. He just double taps him. Final one was just the icing on the cake. Well, you want to prove you deserve that full-time contract into the breach. This is the way to go. I'm not sure what the situation is with Kicker, but Body's just... That's phenomenal. He's just broken the backs of MOUZ NXT. They played it so well. They were so patient. It was a one-dimensional take, but they just capitalized on the lack of comfort of the 2 ITB players on the side. They waited for the double peek, denied it perfectly, spotted out Body. They knew he was worst around because of the kill that he'd gotten earlier. They just had everything in their favor. And then, just 1 second after, they had nothing.
And now, just the final piece of the puzzle to be put in place. A singular round confirms ITB stay in this tournament. And it will be MOUZ NXT in complete dismay. As they probably would have felt they were definitely in contention of this one. They were very close to maybe getting something done. But ITB, their T-sides have just been incredible and really have been the difference maker so far between the 2 teams. But it's not done yet. Perfect counter-strike needed for MOUZ NXT. As we see one of the slowest rounds so far in the series. A lot of space taken out from ITB, but it's just the decision. Where do they want to go? Where do they decide to play? And the first bit of damage taken by Rollin.
You just want the nerves to win it for you right now if you're into the breach. That's why you're slowing it down so much. You want to see if MOUZ NXT are going to crumble, and they've pushed towards A, but they haven't crumbled. Misuta might have caught a really good timing. Never mind. The bait's going to work out really nicely. Sierra gets the first one. PR drops Body. PR actually claims the double towards middle, and this is much better. Rollin's going to fall as well. That's not going to be where ITB close it out unless BMAS, a 1 versus 5 is on the cards, but Sierra shuts him down through the smoke. It's 8 on the board for MOUZ. They just got to do it 4 more times now.
Easier said than done. Just 4 more times, according to Ted. And he's right. You just do need to do it 4 more times. But
that's how maths work.
Yeah. Really nicely done, though. It's going to instill you with a little bit of confidence, right? Yes, Bemis hit some nice shots here, but you've played it very well indeed. You were in the right place at the right time. You shut that round down. You just need a few more. It's not about how you win them at this stage. It is just about winning them. And the money is not in a perfect situation for ITB whatsoever. If decided to go for a force, they have to go for a force here. So MOUZ NXT win this one and Eco win the next. You're probably staring at 1 solid buy round in between them and actually getting an OT out of this.
It's fake though. They're just gonna send Rollin all alone towards A, and they're gonna try and walk out the middle. They might catch them off guard. Do NXT react though? No, there's no reaction from MOUZ. This is great. Nexus, he's gonna peek now. They're gonna line up for him, but Body wins the fight. And now it's Kristen with the ult. He needs to step it up. It has to be the IGL, but the smoke, they're opting to go B right now. Nature's gonna get a chance, but Body shut him down as well. It's Body going massive once again.
Doesn't matter about his health, but here come the cavalry sprinting through the cave. PR stops the first in his tracks, but needs a whole lot more. It's a good flashbang, but both players turn, and Masuda is going to be ready to take a head off the shoulders. Not ready for Sierra in that position, but are they ready for Sierra to come in with the clutch? Rollin tries to get into position to catch him by surprise, and even though he spotted it, does not matter. Rollin gets it done for ITB, but man, monstrous rounds from Body. Holy, what have we just seen there? I mean, the T-side's the difference in the end for ITB. They stay alive in the CCT Online Finals 4, and sadly, we say goodbye to MOUZ NXT, the first team eliminated.
Yeah, I wanted to start it off like that, right? Commiserations to MOUZ, man. They didn't play like an academy team, and I feel like the fact that the previous iteration had we play going on for them made it a lot, I don't want to say easier, but it gave them the chance to play tournaments more often. Whereas for MOUZ and play against other teams that are on the same or similar level. Whereas for MOUZ NXT, for them it's a bit of an uphill fight, right? They can play against all those guys that they just played against the team. I'm just looking at the lineup right in front of me right now. You've had 3 people that have played tier 1. No, 4 people, because Rollins played tier 1 back in the day as well. You have people that all of them have played majors. Some of them have been close to winning majors. It's really hard when you think about it. Those are just a couple 16-year-old, 17, 18, 19-year-old guys that are playing their hearts out. And to be fair, MOUZ have been able to find another group of really talented and skilled guys that are not just shooting heads, but they're playing some legit CS. The truth is, though, today they were not the better team, and yesterday again they showed us some really good potential.